Hey y'all, welcome in. I'm so sorry. Yes, I'm on CP time. It is ghetto. I get it. I was trying to watch the episode. Y'all have so much going on. I have a new team member here, so shout out to my new assistant who's in the chat under Team Vane right now. Who's gonna help me moderate as well. Need this for me. Um, so disclaimer. Oh shit, hold on one second, y'all. We got all types of stuff. I'm discombobulated over here. Okay, so disclaimer: I have not watched either episode in their entirety. I had a lot going on. I got a new assistant I'm trying to get, caught up to speed in my whole life. Everything is going on over here. Some lovely people decided to hit and run me today. Your girl tried to go to the gym. Like, life is really lifing, but I'm so glad that I'm here with y'all. I'm so excited to talk about what I have seen. And this is really going to kind of be y'all's live. So I am going to go live on IG so that y'all can patch in and speak y'all's piece and all of that. Because I did catch some of the things, okay? I caught some of the things, like Jordan coming in and doing what Jordan does. We going to ignore the whole Jayla part of it. But Jordan was giving boyfriend vibes, supportive man vibes, grown man vibes. I have grown a bit. I'm a responsible man, and I'm struggling over here at school with weight on my ass, but I'm going to still show up fully within my relationship, and we here for it. Simone is giving looks. Damon is giving protector on top of nurturer. Like, I did catch all of that. So we're definitely going to talk about that. Y'all are going to be spoiling some things for me because I didn't catch every bit of the episode, but I'm 100% open to talk to y'all about everything in its entirety. So don't hold back, okay? Do not hold back at all. We're going to talk about it. Yeah, so we're going to start with the shout outs and saying hey to everybody and welcoming everybody in. Thank y'all again for rocking with me tonight. Okay, Suzanne Johnson was first. You got a lot of feelings about this episode. I know I am. I cannot wait to go back and rewatch. Like, be able to just sit in my bed and just be like, enjoy the episode. I caught a little bit of All American, and Layla and Jordan was given for me, but everything else I was just like, Reese, you said, oh my goodness, I missed tonight. Well, child, if you don't want no spoilers, you're going to have to jump out of here. But, I mean, I'm about to get spoilers, so you can as well if you want to party with us. They say that the lives be almost as good as the episodes or better. So, can y'all hear me well? Put a 1 in the chat if y'all can hear me well. I didn't even check. I'm so sorry about that. John, what is up? DJ John is in the building. Sabri Singh, hey. Kofi, hey. Angela, what's up? Good evening, y'all. Zamir, how are you? I'm not reading comments. I'm just shouting everybody out. A. Fulton, hi. Welcome in. Susan. Oh, I shouted you out. Shanoa, hey boo. How are you? Lawrence, what's up? Hanging in there from the East Coast. I appreciate y'all. Like, my East Coast fam, I love y'all so very much. Y'all really do ride for me. Official Dejanae, hey boo. Vanessa, Zai, hey boo. Checking in from Philly, hey Tink. Diamond, how are you? Melissa, hey, come on, member Melissa up in here. Naya's in here. Jamal's in here. Kayla's in here. Y'all are everything. Shari's in here. Shari, clearly you was right. You posted a comment about us going back down the road to Carrie Land, and clearly she going to go see Carrie, and I was just like praying to be delivered from the spirit of Carrie. We really do not have to revisit Carrie's story. I don't understand, but you were right, mama, and I wanted to make sure I told you that. So, I didn't get to see the whole episode, mind you. I only caught the little bit that Jordan mentioned. Bucket with your girl, hey boo. Protect Thea at all costs. Yes. Period. Tavi, how are you? Vanessa, hey. Carter, hey. I think I got everybody. Nah, how are you? Nah, listen. You be in the comment section saying what you said, and that's it. He said what he said, and I'll just be looking like, you know what? Shout out to you. So shout out to you, Nah. You're a real one. You're a real one. Charmaine, how are you? Kenny Ford, what's up? All right, so y'all, let me know how y'all feeling about the episodes tonight. Where do we want to start? I honestly I saw more of All American than I did of All American Homecoming, but I am more interested in All American Homecoming than I am in All American. So where y'all want to start tonight? Where we want to go with this? I'm mad because I saw the teaser trailer and Thea being hurt gonna make me feel some type of way. I can't. Lord, everybody all over the place. Jamon falling apart. Jamon on ice. As of now, Dia being forced hardcore. Dia is not being forced. Cut it out. It is happening naturally, okay? Listen, if I was not on Damon's team before, Lord knows, him pulling up on that dude and grabbing the back of his jeans the way that he did, like I'm a real, don't play with me, I will beat your... Erica, you need to release yourself from the chokehold of like the Baltimore-isms, because he was giving real, and I was here for it, and I was like, yes, Thea, you need one of those in your life. How you doing? Erica on to something with Dia. I tried to tell y'all don't be listening to me. Y'all don't be hearing me though. It's all good. Y'all be hearing me. I be peeping a little speck, and then I pull it on. Y'all be like, Erica's crazy. Erica be making up stuff. Erica delusional. I be hearing it all. And you know what? It's perfectly fine, because I be standing 10 toes down in what I know. Okay. Let me see what y'all saying. Sky's a rebound. Who's Sky? I feel like I'm supposed to know who that is. Switching from Jamon to Jordala. Jordan and Layla do not need to happen. They need to be friends the same way that Damon and Simone need to be friends. Like, we do not need it. She needs to take her ass to Clay. And Clay is coming back for season 5. So, Jordan, play your position. You read her real good. Like, you read Layla down like a real friend should. That's how we need to keep it. In my opinion, we need to keep it that way. This episode, honey. Diamond, which one? All American, All American Homecoming. All right, let me scroll down. I'm like going all up and through this chat. Thank you. Shout out to everybody who said I look nice. I appreciate it. I saw it. Thank you so very much. I definitely rushed to put myself together because I was like, I can't be getting on here looking all half-assed for my people. Damon and Thea are not siblings. Y'all just be coming on here like, what can I say to crush Erica dreams? I feel like that's what you be doing. Let's start with Homecoming. Kofi says, let's start with Homecoming. I didn't even see any scenes with Cam in it. Loved All American, missed the middle part of Homecoming, saw Simone shady face with Jordan and Layla. I can't. Y'all been knew that Thea was served. You know, I think you been knew, but there was plenty of people in the comment section fighting me about Dia. Like, fighting me, talking about some Erica, you reaching. Erica, you delusional. Are we starting with Homecoming? It's given that we starting with Homecoming, y'all. Yeah, I'm matching Damon energy. I could try my sister or female friend. I will proudly go to jail for aggravated assault. That's his future girl, okay? And not them watching a different world. I was like, just go together already. Like, what y'all doing? Y'all sitting around watching different world? He protected you. You know, it's giving potion for the perfect couple. It just is. I love how Damon showed up for Thea. Yes. Homecoming first. Homecoming first. There was a lot of loose ends in Homecoming. All right, so we're going to start with Homecoming. I'm going to open up my live. So if y'all want to pop in and speak your piece on Homecoming, feel free to do so over on IG at ericavane.com. All spelled out if you're not following me already. Wait, what Shari say? Louder? Let me catch up. Dia is not forced. Some of y'all try to force Jordan and Layla down our throats. That's forced, babes. Go ahead, Naya. Tell them. Tell them. Jordala is forced. If anyone is being forced, it's Damone. Hello. I told the ancestors I didn't want to see that white girl again. Let us be in peace, please. Yes, like, Layla, you do not have to check on that girl ever again. The moment she tried to take you off of a cliff with her, that was it, honey. That was it. Y'all. Sorry, I don't know what's going on. I don't know if Mercury's in Gatorade, but we're back. Okay, so let me see what everybody is talking about. Carrie about to pop up like, guess who's back again. Nobody wants it. We don't need it. We closed the loop. We literally closed the loop on Carrie. So why do we actually need her back? I know we're supposed to be going on to homecoming, y'all, but this is really about to bother me because we're about to go and beat this dead horse with Carrie. Meanwhile, we have not addressed how Layla can't even talk to Olivia about her man right now because she's not in a place that she could process that. But this is your best friend. And clearly she's doing some things that are going to compromise what they got going on, or not even compromise, but just put a little bit of strain on their relationship. And you can't even talk to your best friend about it because y'all got a little bit of history. So don't give me Carrie, give me Spencer. Give me a conversation with Spencer. Shout out to Black Girls Love Science on IG because she literally sent me a message and was like, yo, have you noticed how Spencer and Layla do not speak to each other? They have no lines that actually speak to each other. Have anybody noticed that? I've noticed that, but I try to be very mindful about, you know, what I bring up and what I don't, because clearly all of the Bolivian super troll stands are on my ass all the time. And I didn't want to bring it up until like there was something a little bit more tangible to speak to. But like that's a very real thing. Like, why do Layla and Spencer literally don't have no lines to each other, towards each other? That is a reason. Like, writers don't do, well, Sometimes they do. But All Americans have the type of show that writers just do stuff just to be doing it, or don't do stuff just to be doing it. So while is Erica talking to the wall? What wall? So while y'all trying to give me this whole spin the block on Carrie, spin the block on this conversation with Spencer that needs to be had. Spin the block on this conversation with Liv that needs to be had. That's all I'm saying. Okay. Back to Homecoming. My what?
Your audio on Insta is off. They can't hear you on Instagram.
Okay. I got 2 requests on Instagram, and I'm going to pop in a second. Let me read a couple of these more comments on YouTube. I know we're running behind tonight, y'all. I'm so sorry. Y'all sleeping on Nate and JR. Hello. Call that too. That's coming. It's brewing. Hey, Tata. Welcome back, Dillon. Yes. Okay. We're starting with Homecoming, y'all. If you are on IG right now, then make sure that you're going to speak about Homecoming and Homecoming only. Do not take this chance to try to speak about any and everything. Homecoming only. Let me get this going. Okay. Here we go. How did I know? How did I know this was going to be the first person? While we get this person up, let me see what y'all are saying. Dillon going through his angry man phase, child. We're going to get to Homecoming. I mean, we're going to get to All American. Yeah, that Thea and Damon chemistry, though. That Thea and Damon chemistry, though. It's giving, okay? It's giving brown skin love, and I'm here for it. I'm totally here for it. Okay. Kofi, you ready? You're buffering, bro. I can hear you, but you're buffering. I don't want to patch you in until you stop buffering. Oh, Kevin or whatever his name was finna catch these hands for real. Y'all, I miss all of the parts with that little dark-skinned brother from the other team. All I know is that Damon basically took his spot so he fell away. Other than that, I missed everything. And I'm like, but he can't catch these hands. Or you know what? Damon don't even have to throw hands because I'm going to come down there and throw hands for him. Because it's giving Cam Spencer energy. It's giving you're upset for no reason. It's giving things are ordained and blessings are given to me by God. So you might want to take it up with Jesus, baby. Like, it's giving that for me, at least. Kofi, it keeps freezing on you. I don't know if it's going to work on your computer. I'm going to try on my... Let me try to get back on the Wi-Fi and see if that makes a difference. Yeah, it's black and it's just like a little circle. Okay. Okay. I knew old boy was finna be an issue when he pressed her to drink. Y'all, those are like the moments like you don't want to see for like that happen in college. Like, I knew at some point, well, I don't think, again, I haven't seen the whole episode. I don't think that there was anything that has to do with like date rape in it, like the drug, but I know at some point we're gonna see that it's an unfair truth that happens. People get to college, lose their damn minds, want to manipulate and take advantage of people. I'm just so glad that Thea had Damon lurking about and ready to pull up like a real Chicago player. Like, for Damon to be like MLB hopeful, to have money, to be very elite, to come, like, he came very bougie in the backdoor pilot. He came very like his don't stink. I'm like, you really down to earth, and I don't know how you got this way, because you were giving me arrogant, ridiculous, let me write you off, and now you're giving me like I'm a real one, I'm a nurturer, I'm emotionally intelligent, I might got an attitude here or there, I fight about my people, and I'm completely worth. I'm worth all the energy and investment that anybody puts in me. And it's really spinning me for a loop a little bit, y'all. Because y'all know I went into the season wanting to hate Damon. Like, I wanted to hate him so bad. I was like, this is it. He's the villain. I've decided, and I'm good over here. Amber, you said it's clear for both of us? Shout out to my sister who just popped into my live. Now I'm nervous. Do y'all get nervous around people you actually know, like in real life? I could talk to y'all all day, but my sister popped into the IG live, and now I'm like, hey, Amber. Thea and JR don't really interact. Who's trying to put y'all just trying to put Thea with anybody but Damon because y'all trying to make Damon and Simone happen. And Damon and Simone are not happening. Stop trying to make fetch happen, Gretchen. Shanoa says I want to see some racism in academics in AA. Where is the authentic PWI experience? Child, we ain't getting that authentic PWI experience until they get their asses out that beach house. Like, let's just go ahead and say that. Okay, so Kofi, can you hear me? Yeah. All right, we're gonna patch Kofi in, y'all, and see what his thoughts are about homecoming. That we ain't getting that authentic PWI experience until they get their asses out that beach house. Like, let's just go ahead and say that. Okay, so Kofi, can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna patch Kofi in, y'all, and see what his thoughts are about homecoming. Hey, how you feeling? What you thinking?
Okay,
specifically the homecoming.
I know, I got you. I know the rules. This was such another solid episode. Man, CW, when you gonna renew this for the second season? We waiting, bro. Like, come on now. Give us the second season already. This show is very, very important. We need that for the culture. So, yeah. This was a really good episode. I'll take each storyline thread by thread. I thought Jordan visiting Simone was going to be a little bit more angsty. I thought that was what it was going to give, but for some strange reason, he was surprisingly calm about Simone's explanation. And that doesn't sit right with me. And the reason why it doesn't sit right with me is because Jordan's been pretty clear in his position that he don't like Damon at all. But then he seemed pretty resigned to the fact that she's going to be his friend. So when she explained that, I used this word last week, and our things got entangled, and then I had to set some boundaries. He was like surprisingly cool. So that tells me either one or two things. One, it's like I'm not saying he's checked out of the relationship, but it's not as, he doesn't seem bothered by it, which is weird. And then two, when Simone said if he took a trip with a girl, I'd be pissed. And she pretty much spoke that to existence because the synopsis for next week for All American is that Jordan's gonna go with Layla to San Diego. So we'll deal with that when we talk about All American. Overall, this was a good episode. My boy Damon, man, I was with you, dog. I know you from Chicago. I'm from Orlando, Florida. We ain't got no hood there, but I was ready to match that energy with you. And what's a shame is that my name's Kevin, too. So you give a dark skinned brothers like names like Kevin a bad name. But yeah, I was ready to throw hands with you. I was. I know you are baseball. Look, if that had been me, I don't care about the major leagues or baseball at that moment. I'm in protector mode because I don't play when it comes to my sister or any of my female friends. So if that was me, you saw my comment in the live. Yeah, you're gonna have to see me. Yeah, you're gonna have to see me, and they will have to.
Damon
put me
said,
in,
"Give me a reason." I said, "Please
yeah,
give him one."
and I'm gonna need. I will gladly take the charge and go to jail because I don't play when it comes to shit like that. And I knew something bad was going to happen. Now, like he never gave me a reason. Kevin never really gave me a reason to mistrust him because I thought he was a cool, chill dude, senior and shit. But the alcohol thing, that was like, okay, that's a red flag. And then him trying to get her out, it was like, oh, okay, I see where this is going. And I don't
So
know if
that's
you
the part
see.
I missed. So he gave Thea the alcohol.
Yeah, he gave Thea that. He had a flask. He put it in her drink, and I guess that one thing gave her a little bit more tipsy, and he almost had her in her clutches. But Damon came through, and yeah, Erica, we gotta give you credit. You was right. You said that they was coming. They was giving vibes, and we didn't want to see it, but
It's giving music to my ears. One more time
yeah,
for the people in the back.
but
Erica was
yeah, man.
what?
Yeah, Erica was right. You was right, and honestly, if Simone and Damon are gonna take a break and not, interact because of what nearly happened last week, and Damon's probably just gonna fall into his okay. Let me kick it with Thea, especially with what she's probably gonna have some PTSD about what happened, so he's probably gonna be support for her. And I seen the promo for next week. This looks like this is about to be another emotional episode because Simone mom's up in there. Another girl has said that this ain't the first time Kevin's done some shit like this, so we might be getting a little bit more. This storyline ain't done, and like, yeah, I hate this for her because she was just opening up, being trusted. Now I feel like this is going to be a potential setback where she's probably going to be a little less trusting with dudes, and I hate that for her. So we'll see what.
Me too, honestly.
Yeah, but you know what? It's a college show, and I wouldn't. I mean, I'd be naive if they didn't cover, date rape or sexual assault because that is the hot topic on college campuses. So I was expecting that they were going to cover it. I just hated that it happened to her. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Aside
not
from
that it ever happened, but the fact that it's still happening is like we have all of this stuff going on. Me too. Conversations about consent. Like, what is it that you even get off on, bro? Like, you're weird. Why? Like, stop being weird.
yeah,
Period. There's plenty of vaginas out here. Find one that wants to sleep with you. You do not have to be out here tricking and doing all types of magic tricks and slide manipulations and snatching people up and putting them in bushes and stuff. Like it. I don't want to go down this road, but sometimes men are weird, bro.
it's a problem. It's a problem, and dudes like that make it harder for the good dudes because now, like, women will be, questioning our motives if we are a little bit too forward or a little bit too nice. Like if we think that's a facade, you know what I'm saying? And
Listen,
when it's not.
head is on the swivel. Head is like, why are you being so nice? Head is like, no, I don't want no Drake from you. I'm good. And it's crazy because the conversation now, especially within our community and our culture, is like black men versus black women. And we're out here like protect black women, and we're saying certain things that happen, and it feels, I guess, triggering sometimes to black men. But like be honest. A lot of times we have to get protected from men. Like women are not just out here not trying to be with men, not trying to do certain things, but it's like, look at the things that we have to be subjected to. Whether it's just the simple catcalling, whether it's the entitlement when people meet you and expect you to like automatically talk to them. Y'all should see some of the DMs that I get, and I'm just like, what possessed you to send me this?
Yeah.
What possessed you to Like, you know,
Yeah.
we're not even gonna go here. But
yeah.
it
Man, I hear
just
it.
opened that conversation up for sure.
Yeah, especially with this episode. I mean, and next week's episode, we're gonna have more detailed conversations about this. But overall, yeah, Damon, he went up 5 spots. I've always fucked with Damon because I like his swag and his commitment to black excellence and all that. But he gained more respect from me. This dude is a protector. Like, he don't play when it comes to black women. Like, this man will, if he has to jump in front of a car to protect somebody, he'll do it. And he showed his character in that moment. And you know,
And we love to see
and
it.
even
My God,
and
I didn't know I
and
could love somebody else this much. And it's like, he kind of giving Spencer a run for his money. And Spencer had a very special place in my heart. And now I'm just like, so Damon.
yeah, man, he's doing his thing. He's doing what he's supposed to do. And it'll be interesting. Like, I know Thea's an upperclassman, but she comes across more like she's a freshman because she's all her life, she's all been about tennis and stuff, and and hasn't really put herself out there when it comes to relationships. So if they end up getting together, that'll be an interesting, you know, dynamic between the guy who seems to act older than what he is versus this young. Even though she's a queen when it comes to tennis and stuff, she's still kind of, you know, inexperienced when it comes to relationships and stuff like that. So they're gonna, and the fact that she's still a virgin, so that's gonna be another. If they do get together, that will be an interesting conversation that the two of them are gonna have to have. So. But aside from that, I also thought Amara deciding to leave the university. I hate that for her, but I guess it's the closure end we needed. And now we know why she went to jail. I thought that was an interesting tidbit. And we know who is out to get her. It turns out that friend that she did that thing with, her sister's got a bone to pick with her because it seemed like her sister suffered more of the consequences than she did. So that will be interesting. And then what else happened in this episode? Jeez. Besides Jordan,
I don't remember. I mean, I didn't see all of what. I know Amara made a decision to leave, but I didn't see all of what transpired into why. Yeah. I really don't want Kelly to leave the show, so I'm just like, girl, you better figure it out because Coach Turner, y'all supposed to be together and y'all getting on my nerves too. But okay.
Well, I think that'll happen. It's just gonna take some time. Oh yeah, Jr. Played well in that showcase. He got the winning out, so that shows growth for him. And then Coach decided he's not going to take his medicine. Yeah, it was towards the end of the episode. He was watching the news about the showcase, and he made a point. He and another fellow baseball coach got into an argument about his steroid use and that how he said that I don't need drugs to get an edge. And then at the end, he decides he's not going to take his mood swings medication. And I think that could be a potential problem because it didn't specify what type of mood swings he had. But I'm just going to go out on a limb and say he's bipolar. So if he's top taking his medicine, we might see a side of Marcus that is very, very unpleasant. I know I have people in my life that are bipolar. And when they're not on their medication, they become a completely different person, and they are a lot more volatile. So we might be seeing that side of Marcus. I'm not sure what episode, but that can't be a good sign if you decide not to take your medication. And let's see what else happened. Yeah, overall, this was a really, really good episode. I can't wait for next week. I mean, it looks like that's probably going to be more of a Thea-centered episode. I know there are other storylines that are going to happen, but I think the A plot is where Thea goes from here because even though she didn't get sexually assaulted, it got damn near close. So she might be suffering some PTSD, might be affecting her in the tennis matches. And I think I seen the promo. I think Simone's mom is supposed to come back, so that's gonna be an interesting, tidbit. And yeah, with a show like this, especially at HBCU, it it'd be an injustice or it'd be criminal not to address the the unfortunate reality of college when it comes to sexual assault and date rape. And they made a different world reference, and ironically, different world did do an episode addressing this type of thing in probably one of the most probably that's one of my favorite episodes of Different World. Yeah, because I remember what Dwayne's character, played by the great Kadeem Hardison, did for Freddie, and so we're gonna see what happens next week. But yeah, those were my thoughts, man. CW,
I appreciate it.
You better get on it and renew that episode. You better give us the season 2 announcement. We not playing.
They need to give us the season 2. I didn't even see all of it. All I saw was Jordan doing what Jordan does best when he's with Simone, and Damon doing what Damon does best. And I was like, yes, season 2 me now. And Jordan, I don't know. I mean, I appreciate Jordan's storyline that's developing right now in AA, but I wouldn't be mad if Jordan transferred. I really wouldn't. I wouldn't be mad at all. I wouldn't be mad if season 2 of them still trying to make this whole thing work, and then the conflict of what this actually looks like, of them actually being together, and then figuring out like, oh, maybe we need a break from that way. But and I only got bits and pieces of the whole Thea thing. Let me refresh this because this looks like it's all pixelated, granulated, and weird. I'm gonna need this to stop playing. Okay, let me close some of this stuff down. Quit that. Let me see what y'all saying in the chat. What are we rating this All-American Homecoming episode, y'all? I can't give a rating because I didn't watch the whole episode yet. But what are y'all rating it? While I go back and review some of y'all's messages. I got you, IG. I'm going to come back to you in a second. Zai says, how you going to get jealous of Jordan like you ain't got feelings for Damon, sis? Zai, I'm going to need you to chill on my good sis Simone, okay? Because it's normal. She gets a moment like Jordan had a moment. Jordan had a moment with her. Now she gets a moment. I don't know, like Kofi mentioned that Jordan could be checked out of the relationship, but he didn't think that he was checked out of the relationship just yet. I think that Jordan is starting to realize, like, in his relationship with Layla and the conversations that he's having with Layla, he's starting to see how there's more of a gray area, or how friendships are, which I think is in turn helping him to better understand what's happening with Damon in her. But again, I haven't seen the whole episode. I felt like the parts that I did see, Jordan was very, very, very mature. And even the part in the I did see this part. The part in the elevator where in the trailer it looks like, oh, she had told him something crazy and he was responding. It's like that wasn't even that. So that's another thing. We gotta be careful when we're looking at these trailers and guessing certain things, because it do not be what they're trying to make it seem like. And I definitely can see Jordan and Simone actually making it through the rest of the season, honestly. Like, they seem to be navigating things normally, healthily. Like, yes, each of them are having moments of jealousy, but for the most part, they're talking about different things. I didn't see in this episode if she actually told him everything about what happened with Damon. So again, I gotta go back and watch. I hope she did, even though I don't think she did. By y'all's response, it's not giving me that she has actually come forward about everything that happened last week. But I hate that for Thea, but she's actually the girl those guys target. She's naive and lacks experience, so she was more vulnerable, unfortunately. Yep. Y'all, it's all for power, bruh. Men have serious issues with feeling like they won something by getting with a woman who didn't want them. That is just... I'm not saying that you're wrong at all, because I believe that you're probably right, but that just seems goofy as hell to me. It makes no damn sense. Like, y'all need to pick better prizes and pick better games, because y'all are dumb. I mean, if it applies, take it. If it don't, let it fly. And I said what I said. If you want to turn this stuff with women into a game like this, and the reason why you're pushing yourself up on women and coercing women and drugging women and doing all this other goofy shit is because you think that this is a game and that's the prize you want. Pick a new prize and pick a better game, dummy. Because it's giving dumb. Absolutely stupid. It's giving my life is going nowhere and I'm a nobody and I have nothing else better to do with my life but to ruin and menace other people. I need y'all men to have a meeting. Like, can y'all get together and like get y'all's crew together? Cause y'all got too many wayward spirits. I'm just saying. Naya says I don't play about sexual assault or rape culture in the society, not with it at all. Things need to change. It's unacceptable, this lack of awareness and gross behavior by these men. And it goes to like, I'm gonna take a moment and go here real quick, y'all, because it goes to not only this specific like outward action, but men, pay attention to how women respond when you interact with them, because it's not just you giving them alcohol and them being uncomfortable and you trying to snatch them into some damn back room. It's also when you are sliding into DMs and you're propositioning them and saying some extra wild stuff that makes them feel uncomfortable. Notice when women back away. Notice when women get quiet. Notice certain things, because all of that is a thing. Like, I mentioned my DMs, like I have people messaging me and it's like, it's all fine and good. You think I'm cute or whatever. It's all fine and good if you think, okay, Erica, like you giving something that I want to pick up or whatever, but don't come at me crazy. Don't just, and I don't even know how to say this without sounding like an asshole, I feel like, but just don't take extra liberties with women. We are freaking humans. Like, approach women like a human. And this goes back to what we have been talking about over the last few weeks. And like, I've been super, super obsessed with Damon and Simone's relationship because I love the platonic love that they have. And I love how he is invested in their friendship. It's very, very important for men. I know that Zai and all y'all like, no, don't go into the friend zone. For me, it's important for men to go into the friend zone first, because I'm giving no rap to anybody who comes to me with no actual interest in me as a person. Dudes who come at me automatically like, oh, I want to do this, this, and this to you. Sir, stop looking at me that way. That's what I'm thinking. Like, people who want to put you in awkward positions or proposition you in ways when, as soon as they talk to you, or the first freaking words that come out, that is not attractive. It is giving very much so weirdo behavior. It's giving very much so creep mode. It's giving very much so, sir, are you like gonna be a problem? And more men need to realize, like, pick women that you actually freaking like, invest in getting to know them, and then do that. Y'all will avoid so much of this stuff when it comes to like coercion and sexual assault and Me Too and all that, if you actually treated women like humans and you actually invested in getting to know them before you started propositioning and sending pictures of your parts and all the other goofy stuff that y'all be doing. Sorry. I had a moment because I literally had this come up last week, like in my DMs, and I was just like, I don't even know what to do with this. And because I'm like getting a little bit more notoriety, and because people know me, I also can't respond back and be like, goofy, don't you ever come at me like this no more, because then I'm gonna be, y'all gonna screenshot my messages and send it around Twitter talking about Erica just be reading people for filth and she rude and disrespectful. Meanwhile, you just slid into my DMs and told me all the things that you wanted to do, and it's just like, sir, I ain't asked you that. I didn't ask you. Let me read what y'all saying, because I'll be going on these damn rants and y'all like, Erica, that's not what we came here for. We up in the middle of the night and you sit up here ranting about men trying to do too much. Men that's in the chat right now, let me know if y'all still with me. Are y'all mad? And I got you on IG, I promise. I got y'all. Zai, I'm looking for the men right now in the chat. Make sure that y'all is not like Erica is on some whole man hating stuff right now. I can't get with it. Zai still here. Okay. Antonio still here? Antonio gonna ride because he's a listener. Oh, okay. Y'all were ranking. Kofi said this episode was a 10. Bucket with your girl said this episode was a 10. Naya said a 9.5. Sabrina said an 8. Charmaine said an 8. Tink said a 9. Lauren said a 10. Tracy said a 9. Zai says a 9 to a 10. Okay. Simone actually said emotional entanglement in this episode. Lord. Stop trying us women, please. So I said he's still Team Erica. I appreciate it. No, but for real, that's honestly why I'm like advocating for the friend zone, because it's way too many weirdo men out here. Way too many weirdo men that's just trying to get women's vaginas. And it's like, I can see that on you. If you approach me and that's all you want, you're not hiding anything, bro. I can see it. And I'm 100% anti it. So you literally have one interaction, maybe two, before I'm so irate and so disrespected and so annoyed that if we're actually physically around each other, I'm ready to throw hands. I'll fight about mine. And I'm fine with that. Toxic or not. So, yeah. Y'all might want to reconsider the friend zone. You can actually trust your friends. Your friends actually love you. Your friends are actually invested in you. Women, a lot of women, I get it. A lot of women are not. Some of y'all are just out here picking up people off Tinder and it's smashing. Okay, those are a different type of breed of woman. But a lot of women are very cautious about how they moving and how they allow men to enter their space, because we don't feel safe most of the time. It's a sad truth, but it's the truth. Okay. John, I got you. All right, Amani. Your screen name is Olivia Stan, mama. I need you to come in here. I haven't talked to you before, I don't think. And I want you coming here and not be on no craziness. Now, is my elbow ashy, y'all? I didn't put lotion on. My elbow's ashy. That's how y'all know I'm like for real. Hi, Imani. Okay, let me make sure that you're on here. Hold on.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Give me 1 second. And I want you coming here and not be on no craziness. Now,
Hey.
elbow ashy, y'all. I didn't put lotion on. My elbow's ashy. That's how y'all know I'm like for real. Hi, Imani. Okay, let me make sure that you're on here. Hold on.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Give me 1 second.
Okay.
All right. Now, your screen name is Olivia Stan. Are you giving healthy Stan, or are you giving Erica gotta watch yourself?
Healthy.
Okay. All right. What are your thoughts about Homecoming?
Homecoming was really good. I think that Thea is gonna go through some PTSD. I think that she might go back into a little hole and be a little bit like Layla and like close off a little bit and really put up some walls. And for Auntie Amara, I think that Jada's sister, I think that what Auntie Amara and Jada did might have done something to Jada that Auntie Amara might not have known about.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that might be why she could have put those pictures out there. And I'm really happy that Simone and the gang kind of stood by Auntie Amara, and Jordan, he was really sweet to her. And I'm not happy with Simone because she said emotional entanglement, and she didn't tell Jordan the truth about almost kissing Damon, and it's, I don't know, I'm just not happy with Simone right now, and I'm not gonna lie, I kind of want them to break up a little bit.
Really?
Yeah, I'm actually starting to become a Jordala fan.
Oh, God. If anybody break up, just be single. Just be single. Right now, all I'm shipping is Thea. Anybody else? No. The ships are closed. There's no more ships in the bay. We'll have new ships next year. Come back again next time. Okay? We ain't addressing this crap right now. I just can't get with Jordan and Layla. Like, there was literally really no build up to it. It just.
I think that it could be actually like really healthy for Layla. Like he's like a real friend. He tells her the truth. He's there for her. And I was like you, I didn't see anything there, but after this episode, I don't know. My mind is kind of changing on them.
So my concern with this is like, do we gotta date every man that holds us down?
Yeah, see, I was like that. Like Layla dated Asher, Spencer, and potentially Jordan. But I mean, if they were to stay friends, I would just be happy with that. It's like not that they had to date. I would, yeah.
Please, I'm sorry, but like, well, your voice is so sweet and amazing. So
Thank
you also
you.
sound younger. And I'm honestly like, yo, let's model what it looks like where you don't have to jump in bed with every single person who pours into you and who loves you. Like, let's cultivate relationships and platonic ones so that when you arrive, you get to through your 20s, you ain't smash everybody who said that they loved you, and you actually have a solid circle or community around you to support you through your 30s and your 40s. Like, let's cultivate our friends in our friend groups and not just be hopping on every single person that make you feel good, because some of them are just supposed to be friends, and sometimes I feel like we compromise really, really amazing friendships because we just buy into the idea of if somebody loves us, we're supposed to be with them. And it's like, no, people love you because they just love you. Like, you don't have to give up your body. You don't have to give up all of the things that come with the relationship for you to be loved in this way. And that's really what I'm just preaching when it comes to these platonic relationships that I want to stay platonic. It's just find somebody else. Like, you already have Clay who you've been bed hopping with and you are into, you just can't release and really allow yourself to go there. So while you do have Jordan telling you all the things that you need to hear, how does that change? If that's not going to be like, and not that you don't know if it's a forever love, but even if Jordan and Layla got together, I don't see them staying together. So then you're going to ruin what you have now so that you can have 6 months, maybe a year of smashing each other. And then it gets weird and you can't ever get back to the place that you were. For what?
Yeah, I never really thought of that, but you're right. So it's kind of like Spencer and Layla, because they haven't talked since
like
season 4, episode 2. And even that was awkward, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And honestly, like, for Layla and Spencer to do, like, to have what they had happen, I actually felt like, okay, Spencer and Layla needed to happen because Spencer wanted her sexually from the jump. Like, he was romantically attracted to her. So, okay, cool. But honestly, knowing what happened in season 3, I'm like, I wish y'all would have just stayed friends if it was going to traumatize you in this way. Like,
yeah.
My God.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't think that we're ever going to get the Spencer, Layla, and Olivia talk.
And yet they about to take our asses back to Carrie's house. For what? Nobody cares.
I don't like her. I was saying in the comments, Layla is given, Carrie is given human version of Chucky.
Literally. We didn't go into therapy. We didn't pull her back off the ledge. We didn't proclaim that we want to live. We didn't we literally closed the loop on Carrie's storyline. The fact that we're reopening this wound, I'm just like, I really don't understand why.
And, okay, I hope that Layla does get closure, but if her and Carrie become friends again, I'm going to be done with Layla because she just putting herself back in that space with that crazy woman.
100%. But I want to finish up talking about Homecoming. So if you want to talk about All American, then hang in the chat so I can get John's thoughts on Homecoming real quick, and we can finish up talking about Homecoming before we really jump into All American.
Okay.
Thank you, Imani.
Okay, bye.
Bye. What are y'all saying in this chat? Did anyone think the chat? Child, I haven't seen all of it, but I did catch the end when Keisha's just like, "Oh, funny that you're jealous because Jordan is basically doing the same thing that you're doing with Damon." Walks off and goes and talks to Auntie Amara and Jordan. I'm like, okay, Keisha, drop the damn mic with her then. Sure, okay. Um. Layla never healed from Carrie, in my opinion. Maybe, y'all. I mean, but they gave us all the whole. She went to therapy. She was working it out. She was pushing her dad away. Oh God, am I buffering again? Layla never healed from Carrie, in my opinion. Maybe, y'all. I mean, but they gave us all the whole. She went to therapy. She was working it out. She was pushing her dad away. Oh God, am I buffering again?
No.
Hey, John.
Oh, on this side you're not.
What's
Oh
your
wait, am I
thought?
on the thing or?
It's gonna pop up in a second, I think. I switched to it because it kind of froze over here, but I don't know.
Yeah, there we
What's
go.
your thoughts, John?
I'm looking at the chat while like I'm doing this. So I liked it.
Okay.
Now, as far as the whole Onamara thing, that's not the important part for me. Obviously, since you said it in the chat, the emotional entanglements. It's the cheating that you'll never see.
I didn't hear when she actually said it, so I can't wait to go back and see the context of like how she actually said it.
Yeah, but no, I just want to talk about that. Like, I don't know who they have for the writer for Jordan for All American, but I mean All American Homecoming, but definitely a different writer because he's a lot calmer than than Jordan in All American. So that's definitely something.
Well,
But
he's giving
mm-mm.
flunky over in All American. He's giving way is great, and I gotta study up under him. I'm gonna let him talk to me like shit. So he's not really wild
I'm just
in All American either.
I mean he broke Layla, but whatever. But I am disappointed in Simone, just like everybody else said. You know that she had a chance to tell the truth and nothing but the truth,
So help her
and
God.
still didn't say everything. So you know that disappointed me, of course. But I just want to talk more so about Miss Thea. How sad I am because by the way, me and you fought about that name in the DMs because you were like, not Dia.
I didn't want Camille said it. I can't tell Camille no.
But I'm just saying, well, but hey, you need to tell Camille that I want my $1 royalty. but no, but no, and the thing is, we talked about it. What was it? Was it the last? Was it the last time I was on here when it was just when it was the four of us chatting? How I brought up that I was saying that Thea was in it. They were going to get together and all stuff, and you know the whole Dia ship and everything. Um, and we were talking about how like we were gonna be like saddened if like they get together and then that's her first experience with a guy is like Damon breaking her heart because they fall for each other. And now it's even worse of a situation because her first experience with a guy is a guy that tried to basically date rape her. Like, you
I
know,
mean, I wouldn't say that's her first experience. She also had that blind date, remember?
no, I get that, but I mean like as far as like but you know that blind date's cool, but like it's a blind date. Is that like
And while
it's this
tried to date rape
it's
her,
a
Damon also came to her rescue.
oh, I know. I was gonna get there too, but I was just saying like it just sucks because like that's her like even though yes you had like the blind date, but you know blind date can you know just be you know you guys talk for a little bit whatever, but like this was like her big step in like introduction to like getting to know like men and dating stuff like that where she was offered alcohol, and she was about like, and this man was gonna take advantage of her. And thank God Damon came in there, was about to hit the Sierra with the 1-2 step. And and that's the reason why I like the whole thing going on, because this bad thing happens. Damon just I'm just like you. I was gonna hate Damon at the beginning. I kind of hated Damon at the beginning a little bit, but like every episode, like at least from beyond, like I think it was like the first episode where he had to apologize to the players for being such a higher than everybody else kind of figure.
Yeah.
He's been there like as a nurturer and all stuff. Like he was there for Simone and everything, and then now like you're gonna get a whole episode. At least the main storyline is gonna be Thea is gonna be the next episode, which I'm definitely gonna be watching that, and I'm gonna be here on the chat.
Listen, it's because I got some things I need to talk about with this cast, so we working on it.
Yeah, but now see, I'm definitely like happy that like we got like another moment, like at least for me being a Dia stan, that and it was another good build for Damon, because you're seeing Damon not just being there for Simone, because it shows that he's not there for like Simone. Like, yes, he has the feelings for her, but he's not just having the friendly vibes just because he likes her, just because that's just his character. So like he's doing with Thea. If Keisha had a problem, he'd probably be there too.
This whole time, what I've been saying this whole time, Damon is not just like that with Simone. He is like that with all of these girls. He don't play about none of them, and we love that for these women.
Yeah, like I said, I'm just glad that happened. No, I'm just saying. No, I just like to reestablish that I'm glad that happened, because like, and that's something that like I don't see a lot in movies and some shows that have to do with college and everything, is that like the thing of like date rape or just like getting somebody drunk to take advantage of them, which I'll be real, like obviously I'm somebody who's in the club scene and all stuff. Like I either see it all the time, or I hear about it, or I actually had a girl try to get me drunk for the exact reason, because yeah, it happens to both people, but it more so happens to women though, because men are not very subtle about it.
That part.
But aside from that, I mean, I love the episode. I'm just looking forward to the next episode, because Thea's going to be the main focus, and it's going to be about like her being traumatized. And I did agree with Olivia Stan, because she did say, was it Olivia Stan or was it Kofi that said that like she might have some PTSD where it's going to affect her tennis game, and that might be like a hurdle that Damon and Simone, because you see Simone, if you see the teaser trailers, Simone, she's basically like against the wall, like sitting down, and like that I can't believe this happened, depressed look and everything, and Simone's like trying to tell her, like, we're gonna be here for you and stuff like that. So I'm just happy. I'm glad they're gonna have an episode where they like explore like the PTSD that comes with it. And again, this is her first experience, and see, even worse, when she doesn't have PTSD, because like think about it, she is a virgin. Imagine like what her thought process would be. Like she's like, I almost lost my virginity being raped. Like that's gonna mess her up. But aside from that, like I don't really have anything else to say. Hey, I'm sorry, chat, that I might not be as entertaining today. It's because it was a very serious episode. So, I mean, if you have me on here for the All American stuff about
we're about to go into that now, actually.
Okay, so it's Olivia.
In the conversation, y'all leading these conversations tonight, because I haven't watched the whole episodes of either one of them. So I'm really just
Scary Carrie. Scary Carrie.
I don't want Scary Carrie to come back. Like I feel like we really do not need her. I got all the closure that I needed. I don't know.
Are we in All American right now?
Yeah, we can go into it.
Bet. All right. I got so much to say about this.
I will say this.
All right.
The part, and yes, it's about to be a little light. It's a little baby tap on Olivia. And it's not even on Olivia, actually. I don't like how everybody is conspiring to like super support her in a way that's like enabling her. Like, I didn't see the whole episode, so I don't know if anybody actually checked her, but like I remember watching the scene with her and Laura, and Laura's like, trust your gut. And I'm like, no, Laura, she got this information invalidly. Like, she, as a journalist, cannot actually use what was said to her off the record. And you sitting up here gassing her up, telling her to go with her damn intuition as if she's not any type of journalistic integrity and compromising Jordan. Like, why can't we say this? And I know that, okay, we don't want her to relapse. Okay, we don't want her to be unstable or to feel like criticized or whatever.
Yeah, like what we talked about last time.
Right, but I'm like, somebody got to say something. Everybody cannot tiptoe around her because this is not right. And it can't just be Jordan, because of course Jordan's going to have a visceral response. She took his words and is putting him in a very weird position. So to watch her go around and get advice from everybody, and everybody just like, yeah, do what you feel, girl. You got it. It's just like, no.
Yeah, you got it, girl. It's almost like that's basically what it is. Like it's like enabling somebody who doesn't know what the hell they're doing, saying, yeah, you're doing a great job. You're doing a great job. Meanwhile, they have no clue what the hell they're doing. It's basically like, but the thing is, like with Olivia and all stuff, like I said, she's doing this whole NIL thing. Somebody needs to check her, all that stuff. But all right. So in the chat, I'm sorry, but Jordala is not happening. Stop it. It's not happening. They had a brother sister kind of moment. And basically, what was the term, guys, in the chat? What was it? Walls up, pants down. I didn't
catch the tail end of that. I was like,
so you got to see that whole thing go down. So you got to see the whole thing where she basically snapped, started hitting the glass, and everything. Yeah. So my thing is, see, I'm glad that like now granted, I don't want Scary Carrie coming back. We don't want that. I mean, she already shut down the stream. You saw what happened earlier.
That's what it was.
But no, yeah. Hey, someone said Carrie, and she popped up in the mirror, and she was like,
"It's giving very much so Candyman."
But no, I don't want her to come back. But I mean, if it means that she's gonna get closure, like on like how like everything that happened, okay. But God damn it, I like one scene, maybe two scenes, and that's it. Get her out of here. We don't. It's like Vanessa. We don't need her.
We don't.
But I'm glad that Jordan did call her out.
Cool. It's baffling to me how she still needs closure about this, but
about somebody that almost tried to kill her.
Not even just that, but because she did, like, she literally had a moment where she stood up for herself, and that felt very much so like closure, and like her going to therapy about that specifically felt like closure. And then we get the off the hand comments about like how she can't talk to Layla. I mean, she can't talk to Olivia about Spencer because she still ain't at that place yet, and we ain't got no closure about that. But we're doubling back to Carrie. And at the start of the season, we really got like, I'm in therapy. I'm working with this with my counselor. Like, I'm talking about this. Like, we literally kept getting seeds of like she's dealing with her emotions around Carrie.
Oh yeah,
avoiding her emotions around Spencer and Olivia.
That's another thing, and I don't. And that might be the other thing. I'm surprised that Jordan might not have said anything about that, because he definitely would have peeped that a little bit, that like they don't talk at all. So I'm surprised he didn't bring that up, but. I'm glad that he called out the whole thing of like the only way to get to you is by sleeping with you. How did Asher, Clay, but then they're gone and all that stuff. But that was the only way that she would open up was with her pants.
And her sleeping with Asher made no sense when she did it. I was just like, what?
Oh, by the way, everybody in the chat, you see, I got a brace on now. Cassis came off, but. Yeah, no, it didn't make any sense, but like, but again, it doesn't mean that Jordan was wrong, because like because that's the thing is that like,
oh no, he was 100% right.
Oh no, he was 100% right, but like that's why I hated.
Going back to Carrie, but we have yet to have her unpack these people who are in her life day to day. She lives in the house.
Yeah.
And like,
oh shoot, wait. Oh yeah, she's still. Oh yeah, she lives in.
Single day.
Oh yeah, she lives in the she lives in the Baker house. She lives in the Baker house. She lives in the Vortex.
Literally. But
yeah, no, see.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, no, that's something that needs to be addressed, and I'm surprised that it's taken. How many episodes has it been since they started going out? Like, it's been what, maybe more than it's been more than 6 episodes.
So yeah,
it's been more than 6 episodes. It's been
with her character, and if they won't go back down this Carrie route, I guess okay, cool. But
no, but it makes no sense to go down the Carrie route though, because like you said, like she has these problems already internally with her own friend group, but like they don't even talk about it. Like I don't even remember the last time in an episode where we even had like actually yeah, you talked about it earlier. Like I think it was you talked about it earlier that like they have no interaction. Like I don't even think I even seen the last time that Spencer even waved hi or
they
anything
don't
to each other.
Talk to each other at all.
Wait, it's been hey, see, I see.
Have no dialogue towards each other.
Hey, Spolivia's stand over here. See, Spolivia's stand over here. Always trust Spolivia's stand to give us the information. 18 episodes.
Have spoken.
It's been 18 episodes. That's crazy.
And meanwhile, and I haven't, like I said, I haven't brought it up. So shout out again to Black Girls Love Science too, because she DM'd me and was like, "Hey Erica, have you noticed that they don't speak?" And I'm like, "Yes, I've noticed, but I also every time I mention it, the trolls come out in the comments of just like, you're picking this and you're coming up with nothing." She literally sat down and watched them play football. She did that right after Olivia released the body cam footage too. She's watched Spencer's games before. We've seen her passively like observe his presence or see him there, but they literally do not interact. But they're all best friends. Make it make sense.
Look, somebody said in the comment section earlier, like when you were on Puerto Rican time, like you were like 15 minutes late and everything. Somebody said it that like somebody had to have like left or got fired from the CW like writers for All American because it doesn't make any sense. Because like
we'll say all of that now.
No, somebody had to because they're not making sense. But it's not making sense though. Like it's 18 episodes. You're supposed to be best friends or quote unquote or something.
One of the ones who like literally saw Layla, right? Like he could speak to like where Layla was. Like honestly, Spencer occupied the space that Jordan is currently in, and there was like no. It just kind of seamlessly happened, and there was no addressing it. Kenny says, "I think that's
Olivia Stan, you're not making it any better. Olivia Stan, you're not making it any better. 20 episodes that makes it worse. That still makes it worse."
The Spencer and Liv thing, however they can talk about it. And you might be right. Okay, so the Carrie thing is more traumatic, but then also she's going to go get closure from Carrie. What can Carrie do for you right now that's actually going to close any of this? There is nothing that Carrie can do to ever make up for the fact that she tried to pull this girl over the side of a cliff.
She tried to take her over the rainbow.
She can apologize. She can say, "I'm in a better place now." She like
it don't matter. No, here's the thing. If somebody tries to kill me, if somebody tries to put me in the dirt, I'm not going to want to go back and like try to get closure. The person tried to kill me.
So that's another thing. I'm like, you're going to go see Carrie for what?
If anything, it's just to give her PTSD because it's a reminder. Oh yeah, this woman tried to kill me. I almost lost my life. I almost lost my producing career. And by the way, I think
so I know Carrie is not actually in a good place to be able to give you anything that you potentially might be looking for anyway. Like the girl don't have it to give you. You're going to go seeking whatever from somebody who just don't have it to give you. So again, I just don't understand.
She's gonna try and get answers from Harley Quinn. Like that's what we're getting at right here.
Literally.
Like I would understand and see, look, now granted of course the writers are the one that do it, but like it would have made sense for them to have Jordan mention you're not over the fact that you're not over the fact that Olivia and Spencer, your ex and your best friend, are dating each other, like that kind of thing. that would have made a lot more sense
Not
for
only
them
are
to
they
go
dating
after.
each other, but they profess. Well, he professed his love to you, slept with me 20 minutes after you ran out on him, and then you allowed me to get into a relationship with him and sat there and watched my goofy ass fall back in love. All the while he's looking and hoping for you to give him a second chance. But we worried about
Look, we're gonna have to figure this out. We're gonna have to figure this out next. We're gonna have to figure this out next weekend.
And Spencer knew what they were doing. They were 100% of sound mind and body, baby. They can actually be accountable to some stuff. Carrie has nothing for you.
Carrie, here's the thing: when she sees Carrie's probably gonna be hyped up on drugs anyway. So like again, it's like that's my thing. Like she needs to go talk to them. Because again, it's not going to get Carrie's not going to offer her anything aside from apologizing for the fact that she almost killed her. Like that's pretty much it. There's nothing else. Because what's bothering her for real, and I wish that they would have written it correctly, is Spencer and Olivia are dating. Spencer basically led her on for I'll say 5 episodes.
3 months.
Wait, 3 months? Olivia Stan, I'm gonna need information on that one. 3 months? 3 months led her on with fake feelings, and well, I'm not gonna say fake feelings because I know that he cares about her, but like as far as like the genuine love. See, there goes Olivia Stan, always in the cut. 6 episodes, 3 months, still. And basically lied, and you end up having, the whole, what do you call it, the whole little confession, the whole confession of what happened at the cabin or what happened in Vegas, and like I said, there was so much, like as much as I love the whole build up to Spolivia, like Spolivian fans, stand too. We can't just act like this wasn't, muddy, and this wasn't like a muddy situation how it happened. You had a girl here that's already an emotional wreck get led on for 3 months by the guy that said, "I'll be there for you when you get out," and all stuff. Yeah, I'll wait for you till you get out. And yeah, like let's not act like it wasn't muddy. Like, yes, do we love Olivia and everything? Like how it got there? Yes, because they're so cute. They get each other, all that stuff. But they really messed up. They messed up. Like they still screwed over Layla. And what's funny is that Olivia was, and what's funny is more so Spencer than Olivia. Because remember, Olivia pulled back when the whole when the confession happened, and then she got kissed. She pulled back, whatever, because she was thinking. Now, granted, she track starred and everything, ran away from her feelings, but she also did care about Layla and Asher. But the thing is that Spencer was the one, like Olivia pulled away. She gave Spencer room to try to grow that relationship with Layla to forget about what happened. And Spencer did not let it go.
I'm putting the blame on both of them because as her friend, Liv should have never let her get back into that relationship. Whether she told her what really happened or not, or created some other.
True.
She should have made sure that her friend did not get back into that relationship with that man.
Yeah, like basically pull back and tell like Layla, look, this happened, and because remember
being strong enough to tell what actually happened, but like, girl, this ain't it. It's not the right time. Just trust me on it. Do something. Like say something. Don't.
And it's not to mention
Vegas,
that like
really? Y'all happened in Vegas.
And it's not to mention, remember, when we watched the episodes, remember, she didn't know that Olivia was even in Vegas until the cabin episode when they said, "Never have I ever." Do we think that Layla has feelings for Spencer? She definitely has. She still has unresolved feelings for Spencer. We know this.
100%.
Because she would not be acting the way she is. Like, yeah, she's a producer and all stuff, but she would not be acting like this. Now, granted, again, I don't know why Carrie's involved in this, but this is more so. The question that Miss Olivia stands to ask is what they need to explore. That's what they need to explore. And actually, and because I don't want to stay too long because I know there might be other people that want to talk about it, and I also want to talk about Coop and Patience. Wait, let me go back into what she said about the whole feelings thing. I do want to say this because Layla does. Remember how Layla basically, even though she was a little bit entitled in the sense that she had a a dad that basically, that had all that money and everything, had all that money. She basically like lived a lavish kind of lifestyle,
Mm-hmm.
but she still was like kind of messed up because her family wasn't together and stuff like that. Um, I definitely would like to see like her explore. Like I would like for them to explore like that side of her because you have to remember that she got into producing. She immediately went from going to she was in high school. Was she in high school while she was producing music?
Mm-hmm.
If I remember, she was still in high school. She was already trying to balance school, relationships, work. And even before the whole thing with Spencer, she was already like being that boss bitch in the studio. She wasn't taking shit from Coop. She knew how to balance. Yeah, I know you're my friend, but we're in the studio, so it's work time.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like now I don't want to see a rebound of Spencer and Layla. Now, what I like, but I feel like as far as remember the argument that we had about Olivia not understanding that spent like understanding becoming an adult and trying to balance and other people trying to balance their relationships and their sport or career. I feel like in that sense, if the whole like poisonous muddy situation that happened, I could see Spela happening again. And ironically enough, I could actually see it being better in the sense that we wouldn't have all this drama of them trying to figure out the schedules and all that stuff and understanding the boundaries of their relationship as adults with a schedule and a busy life. But I don't want to see Spela happen again because this is way too, all the BS that happened is way too much of that shit to happen ever again. You said the wrong word.
John, I'm not touching that because I do not feel like fielding comments the rest of this damn week with people getting on my nerves.
Hey, they can come after me. Hey, they can come after me.
I'm not going to speak on the double back for Spela, but
I don't want Spela to happen though. I'm just saying that as far as like their mindset, their mindset is different.
I'm not going to touch it just yet. I do have thoughts about it, and I have private conversations. Shout out to my members and people who are my close friends, because I do have conversations about this. I don't have it openly though, because I'm not about. God is still working on me, and I have still not delivered myself from the spirit of cussing people the hell out on the internet. So I'm not going to go touch that. But what I will say is that it's funny. But again, I haven't seen the whole episode. But it's very funny to me when I think about it, because in this episode, Spencer is spending hella time trying to figure out what his brand is, right? Layla is a businesswoman building Patience's brand, build Coop's brand, and he goes to everybody else about trying to construct what his brand is going to be when he got a businesswoman sitting right here and they don't have no lines. They don't talk. He don't ask her for no help, but we're friends. We're supposed to understand that they're friends.
Hey, well, Erica, you're getting way too deep. You're getting way too deep. Bolivia fans are panicking. You're just calm down.
And if
them interacting, people are gonna think you're shipping them.
I just said, and you're typing, please stop. Because all Erica got for you this week is to be blocked and blessed, okay? All right, John, last comment, because I gotta get.
All right, so I don't know what the hell happened with I forgot. I kind of got lost or anything. I forgot completely what happened with Miss Patience kissing that new girl and all stuff, but and being jealous and everything, whatever. But I just want to say that she upgraded from a coupe to a Mercedes.
It's the shade, John. It is the shade.
Hey, I'm always going to shade. I'm always going to shade Coop, even though she had one little moment of her brain working because of that old lady speaking to her. It doesn't change the fact that she sabotaged her career, sabotaged her contract, sabotaged her friendships, and she got Spencer shot. Oh yeah, I'm gonna go all the way back. She got Spencer shot.
I didn't even see her kiss goodbye, so now I've definitely got to watch it. Okay. She only did that because she feel a way about Coop and their damn granddaughter. But all right.
Hey, I'm not complaining.
I cannot. Thank you so much, John. Let me pop back into the YouTube really quick. And then...
Yeah, I got to as well. Because I need to read the comments and everything. Because see, the last time, the last one we were in, the live chat wasn't like there, like wasn't present like after the fact, so I could watch it. So I'm in the chat right. That's why I'm watching the chat right now, because I want to see what people are saying about me. Because I do care about. Hey, by the way, Bolivian fans, if you want to come after my neck, Big Rican MMA 96, I'll be waiting for you.
All right. All right. What did I miss, child? What did I miss? Zah, I'm about to bring you up, but let me also see what people are saying in this chat. Antonio says the reason why they don't speak is because of Layla. But cordially, at Friendsgiving, she said that she could not do that right now with him and talk about the incident. They don't even have hi or bye or anything. Like, we see none of it. So I'm just finding it very hard to believe that she's completely over it if they don't even speak to each other. And this is a prime example. Like, when I really sit down and think about it, Spencer went this whole episode trying to cultivate a brand, and Layla's sitting right there. Sitting right there and then getting brushed off by Patience because Patience not caring about her brand and her launch and all of this kind of stuff. And Spencer got the same energy that she wants Patience to have. It's just like, it make sense. And honestly, I think that it's being done this way for a freaking reason. LaShawna Daniels says that yes, Erica Layla is avoiding because of LIV. I need her to see Rio the Band-Aid with the situation as well. Okay. If it was up to Spencer, they would be talking to her that don't want to talk, which is understandable. It could give her courage to face LIV and Spencer. I don't know. I honestly just don't feel like she's going to go to Carrie and get anything from it. She's going to take this trip and it's going to be a dud. I think once Layla gets closure from Carrie, she'll be in a better place to address LIV and Spencer. Maybe, child. It was Jordan's idea to go see Carrie, right? I don't know. Was it? Willa, you are 100% free to like check out Love. Like, if you don't like what's being discussed, you can 100% check out the whole they need to leave Spencer and Layla and Olivia in the past. I'm going to keep talking about it because it doesn't make sense to me. So if it bothers you that much, feel free to check out Love. It's no love lost. And if you would love to chime in with anything that you do agree with versus only putting up negative things that you don't agree with, then I will welcome that. Layla might need to clear her plate with the things she can handle before she addresses Spencer and LIV. Maybe. Elise, I'm not gonna victim blame. So you saying it was Layla's fault? When they got back together, none of that was Layla's fault at all. There were two people who knew different and they could have stopped it. Spencer could have never gotten back with her, and LIV could have warned her friend. That was not Layla's fault. We have to understand that she might feel better equipped to talk to Carrie than Spencer because time has passed, she has gotten treatment, etc. But what exactly do she want Carrie to say? Because I just don't understand if there's anything anybody can say to me that does what she did. Mishi, you as well. These theoretical people that you speak of that act like Layla held a gun to Spencer's head, making him date her. Nobody said that. I know I didn't say that. None of my guests said that. So when we throw around these hypothetical situations and we actually try to tell people what we heard versus what they actually say, it's actually kind of divisive. It doesn't add anything to the conversation. And if it's bothering you that much, the conversation that we're having, you can 100% check out, babe. Nobody's holding a gun asking you to be here. A. Fulton says she's definitely not completely over this Olivia thing. Pretty much admitted that. But you know, a lot of people like to have selective remembrance and create their own narratives, which by all means, like, enjoy the media, enjoy the content, enjoy the shows as y'all best see fit or as you want to. Just don't come here asking me to perpetrate a narrative that you created for yourself in your head, because baby, I'm in my own head. I'm not in yours. All I can do is give you what I have. And if I don't agree, if you got some type of fantasy going on that I don't understand and I speak to that, then, you know, that is what it is. You're 100% free to build up your platform and, you know, tell the narrative that you want to tell. I think too many people online, like, it's one thing to disagree with people or to not see things a certain way, but it's a whole other to, like, come to other people's platforms or their digital space and exert your opinion on them. It's like, I don't exist, like, I am entertaining you all via my platforms, but I'm sharing my thoughts. And if y'all just so happen to like it, or you so happen to relate to it, or you so happen to engage with it, I do not exist to regurgitate your opinions or validate you. I exist to express myself. I exist to create my art. I exist to elicit the impact that I hope or believe my purpose to be. And I think that that's something that a lot of people are missing as my platform continues to grow, and I'm doing a lot better in reference to managing people, you know, who might be trolls or disagree or whatever. I need to, like, articulate that a little bit better versus cussing y'all asses out. But, like, let you know, like, I'm not here to validate you. You can disagree with me, but that does not mean that I'm now dumb whatever, or all of these things that y'all come up with. Like, disagree and let it be what it's gonna be, but it don't need to be all this extra stuff. It don't need to be so-and-so is stupid, don't know what show you watch, like, all of that extra. Keep it and take it to another channel, because there's so many, like, specifically to people who don't necessarily agree with us talking about, you know, Spencer, Olivia, and Layla. There are so many edit channels. Go watch shows on repeat. Don't come back here. Like, I'm fine. I don't feel a way if you don't come back here. I think what Carrie has to say might actually be interesting now that she has regained her mental faculties. Do we know that she has regained her mental faculties? Antonio, do we know that? We had started a convo in the comments, Erica. Oh, well, I'm sorry, I missed it, maybe? Oh, Willie, you're talking about the show leaving the situation in the past. Well, I don't know, because y'all try to be very ambiguous with things. And y'all like to, because people are very weary about me clapping back, now it's like they and people and them. And it's just like, if you try to say something to me, say it to me, child. But okay. And then again, like, I would make the point, and this is not like trying to pick on you specifically, Willa, but I know, like, this is a thing. Content creators who actually are invested in their community, they pay attention. So, like, I recognize y'all. After I start to see y'all's name so often, I recognize y'all. Be mindful of what you're creating your brand to be. So there's a few people who only post negative comments, only post that they disagree with me. What do you think my response is going to be to you if all you have to say to me is, Erica, you're wrong? And I could 100% be wrong, but if you can't ever find a thread or something that you can find a common ground with, then why would I want to interact with that? Why would I want to gravitate towards that person? And again, that's not specific to you, Willa, but for everybody who might experience a less than nice or a not so, amicable response from me, that could be why. And that's speaking to what I mentioned before about like, well, what do you agree with? Like, don't just say what you would disagree with. Is there anything that you actually align and agree with? All right, y'all, finish dropping y'all's thoughts about All American in the chat. I'm about to hop on here with Zai, who I know got plenty to say because he already said that he disagree. So we about to talk about that, okay? Give me 1 second. Zai, give me a second. Okay, I know it's 10, so you gotta go. Yes. We can do paperwork tomorrow. Okay. Instead of 10:30, you can come at. Cause my call got pushed to 11:45. You can come at 11:30.
Okay. Or you can just message it to me and we'll go later.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Good. Alright. Thank you so much. This was fun.
Okay. You good? You need me to walk you out?
No, I got it.
Okay. Thank you so much. See you tomorrow. Sorry, Zai. I had to. This is my assistant's first day. All right, hold on. Let me get it back to because Chawi is running over.
All right. Thank you so much. This is fun.
Okay. You good? You need me to walk you out?
No, I got it.
Okay. Thank you so much. See you tomorrow. Sorry, Zai. I had to.
No, you good. What up, E? What up, E?
All right, hold on. Let me get it back to because Chawi is running over.
Okay. As always, but it's all good.
As always, we stay running over. All right, you disagree? Well, actually, I want to hear all your thoughts. Go on ahead. Let me have it.
So the only thing I disagree is if the writers are if the writers really want to have like a moment and really bring like a community together, part of the reason why you go to Carrie is for forgiveness and showcase how powerful forgiveness is and showcase like somebody trying to kill you. All that did was bring up that suicide that happened with her mom. So that's already what she's been going through as far as that loss of her mom and feeling like her mom quit on her and just gave up her life. Then you have somebody try to basically kill you too or commit suicide herself. So that triggered another emotion that she had about her mom, which she never got over anyway. So getting that forgiveness from Carrie, because I don't know if you saw it, but she told when she was talking to Jordan, she ripped up the letter that Carrie sent her. So she hasn't forgiven her. She hasn't gotten over that. And the reason why I said I disagree with y'all is because she has to get over that first. You almost getting killed is so traumatic to you. I think for me, that's more traumatic than, a high school breakup or high school heartbreak.
She also had a moment where she almost took herself over the side of a cliff that she addressed in that situation with Carrie. So that's why I'm saying I feel like all of the closure that I thought that she could get came that night because she literally everything poured out. Like even her, addressing what Carrie had to say about Spencer and Layla and Olivia, her wanting to try to end her life herself, like all of those things came out, and I can see that she still needs to forgive her, but she needs to forgive Carrie regardless of what Carrie got to say. So that's where it goes back to me again of like, there's really nothing that Carrie is going to be able to do for you.
Well, I don't know if, because she ripped up the letter, I don't know if Carrie ever apologized to Layla. I think in the letter that was.
Did. She, on that clip, she did.
Well, that was in the moment. Since she's had a moment to like get herself together, or at least that's what they say. I don't know if she's like, I think she apologized in the letter, but she burned the letter. And so by her burning letter, it's just showing me she's not over that. And that's still hindering. And then you can also see maybe some of the moves that she's made, sleeping with Asher, dealing with Clay, that she's not over that either. And so if they write it right, I can see that showing forgiveness is a very powerful tool that will help you, you know, go forward in your life.
I agree with that part that you're saying. I 100% agree that showing her being able to get to a place of forgiveness is very powerful. I just would hope that they could show like forgiveness is really rooted in you. It's not for that other person. It
Right.
honestly, not that it don't have nothing to do with the other person, but a lot of times it's the stuff that you have to make peace with yourself. And like, to me, I think it's more powerful for her to be able to forgive her without even knowing if she's sorry than to need to go and see her and put herself back. And it's just like, okay, she's going to apologize, but then even still, there's no, I mean, maybe they're going to button it up and be like, okay, now that she's apologized, I can forgive her and I can move on. But that to me feels like very cliche and okay.
That's what I said. Like, if the writers show that, then it could be powerful. If they just go there and then they allow Carrie to go back in her life, then it's just like, what was the point of her? Like, you developed her as a character to, like, she's one of the strongest people on the show now with all she's been through. And for her to go backwards, that would just be a misstep in my opinion. So hopefully the writers show like, hey, I forgive you, you know, you see that on TV, like, I forgive you, which then will help her. And then Erica, you know damn well that them having that conversation, those three, it's gonna happen. You can't do that.
I'm hoping that it happened, but I don't know if it's gonna happen.
These writers, they can't give it away. Episode 15? That got to be a cliffhanger for like episode 20. They gonna have that conversation, but I think this is start of the process because they be giving little tea leaves of them having that conversation. I definitely think
they need to have it. I don't care how many people come in these damn DMs or comments and tell me that they don't, and I need to let it go. They need to have that conversation. It is too obvious.
Yeah, it's definitely coming because there's too many tea leaves, and I think even with today, it was just like a start. Her breaking down, kind of like getting to the root of like what she's really going through. Like, she's putting up this front, and Jordan called her out on it. She's putting up this front, like, you the strong person, and she's really going through some issues. And those two, man, they brought it today. Like, Jordan's been my MVP. He was my MVP for both shows. These episodes, like, it's like everything.
Naya, sis, I know you on Jordan's head, but he coming, honey.
It's like
he's coming.
Ever since you called him out, he's been slowly. He's coming around. Like, there's actually a storyline with him now. Like, he got it with this quarterback who's like now I guess he's the villain. He's the asshole.
And he can catch these hands too. I need Jordan, like, I like this little calm demeanor Jordan, this think first, ask question later Jordan, but I still need you to steal somebody just so I don't have the burning memory of you keep stealing Spencer. Like, I need you to steal somebody, and Wade deserves it. So Jordan, what's good?
And Jordan and Spence about to get a couple of 2 pieces in the biscuit because the way he's talking about Olivia, like, you got a couple more times. I'm coming
because you kind of cute, but sir, I'm not gonna go as far as I want to go with it. But you with this gold chain and you thinking that you John B, you ain't. That's all I'm gonna say about that.
And did you see the part where Patience kissed the singer? Yeah, that was interesting. But it was a good response.
But I feel like she did it as a reaction to Coop and Sky. Is that the girl named Sky? That's who Sky is, the granddaughter?
Yeah, the granddaughter.
Okay. I think she did it as a reaction to that.
She came to Patience, I guess, album release party. And I guess, Patience didn't like that. So she went up and try to kiss.
Oh, so it was in retaliation.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
She was like, man, a few years ago, I would have been down for that, but I learned to put like my relationships and my music separate. Like I try to give space because like you can get wrapped up and it cause stress and all that stuff. She said, I recommend you do the same thing. So
I think that this is also why I'm kind of annoyed that Coop got to break up with Patience, because then it leaves Patience in this space, and her jealousy, it makes sense because she didn't actually choose to end it.
Even though she was going to.
Was she?
Well, at least we hope she was. She's been trying.
We hope that she was, but she had been hanging on for so long. There was so many times where she could have deaded it.
She ain't fight against it though.
Yeah, but her getting the parts that I saw when Sky came to when Sky came to the door, was like some random girls asking me. I'm like, oh God, not Patience and her damn jealousy bag. Do you want this girl back? Are you being pissy with Layla because you want your relationship back? Because I just can't. Like, I saw the top of the episode, I believe, where Patience is like just not trying to give the guest list, just being very resistant to Layla. And I'm like, all right, this is getting very old because this is an independent label. She is helping your career. She got you out of this bullshit ass contract. Like, stop giving Layla this hard ass time because I'm over it.
Have they ever made up from their arguments they had like at the house and about butting into relationships and stuff like that? Have they really ever like made up from that?
I mean, I thought that's what the little spending time last episode was supposed to do, and all the. Sometimes you just gotta let stuff be, and she decided to back off of her for a little bit, and with the name, and it came up with the name and Kumbaya, because All American loves to give a Kumbaya now.
Yeah, but I don't think they ever made up. I don't think they really, and they really weren't friends to begin with.
But even like not on a friendship level, like this is your label owner.
This is
Get
true.
your ass up. What are you doing?
This is true.
Like, it's not enough respect for the amount of work that Layla's putting into this for me.
And then we had the return. Dillon is back. Old man Dillon
back,
right there.
and he got braids or twists or whatever he got.
Old man Dillon.
And he got an attitude. And I'm just like, Lord.
You remind me of my son. Like, how'd you grow this big? And what's up with the attitude? And why don't you feel like doing anything anymore? I'm not understanding this. I'm truly not understanding.
I didn't get to see all of what Dillon had going on, but I saw the bits about, like, okay, he really wants to write comic books. Some little bullshit ass teacher decided to crush his dreams, and now he's responding in this way. That's all I saw.
It's the same thing that all these little, hood teachers in the hood tell us young African Americans. You ain't gonna be nothing but your neighborhood, and you ain't gonna be this and you ain't gonna be that, and then you gotta fight through it and kind of like overachieve and do it in spite of not the support that you get from your teacher. It's kind of a classic trope that they doing, and Spencer had to come in and be superhero and tell them that we love your art, don't ever stop doing this, blah 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 blah. I think he took on the moniker of King Crenshaw or some ish. I don't know. All I know is Dillon needs to stop being disrespectful to Mama Grace. That's all I know. Don't be disrespectful.
Where is Mama Grace, man?
I don't know. What can he do now that he's not principal?
Because I don't understand.
But what can he do now that he's not principal?
Support her. Help her raise this boy. Bring Jasmine around so that he can stop having such an attitude. I literally was like, where's little Jasmine at? Where's Carter? We need support. That's not Spencer.
I mean, they got rid of baby booking, so I thought we was heading in the right direction, but yeah, where is Jasmine at? Ain't got no other friends that he, associate with? Nothing? Like
something. We need something. They left. They got Grace sitting in Crenshaw by herself, balancing Billy. Hey, Sean. They got Grace balancing, trying to get Billy up out of there. Principal calling on Spencer to help out with teenage Dillon. Like, Dillon just need a little girl to pay him some mind, and y'all to keep reinforcing that he is that guy. Okay, cool. Like, I don't like how Carter is just completely like missing in action, and he was such a strong bedrock. I don't know. It's just, it's weird. I need Carter to come back.
And every time we say somebody need to come back, they come out like next episode. So I'm guessing he's
Fingers crossed.
he'll be there somehow, some
Fingers
way,
crossed.
just doing something. But I didn't really have an issue with Olivia because the preview made it seem like she dropped the bomb on the story, and she's not even done the story yet. So it's like,
but she shouldn't be writing it.
She shouldn't, but
everybody enabling her. I have a
the only
problem with that.
The only reason why I got back to Jordan was the fact that she had an interview with Wade, and then Wade came to Jordan about it, and it was just like, all right, but she didn't even write it yet. So it was like, some of the stuff that he was like claiming that she was doing is like, all right, well, I didn't write the story yet. I'm like developing my stuff.
She did pitch it though.
She pitched
it. She pitched it to her editor,
right?
And she like is now writing it because she don't have enough to corroborate her story, which should also be a freaking large ass sign for her. Like, girl, the only thing that you have to back up your story is something that somebody told you in confidence.
Right. Which is then when
I don't know, like, again, I didn't see the whole episode, so I don't know if she actually disclosed that to Laura, but I saw the scene where Laura was just like, just trust your gut. And I'm like, girl, she got this information as a brother-sister relationship, not as a source. So she cannot use this. Why are we making it seem like it's up to her to use this?
Right. And she went to the source, which was Wade, and she called him skank. I mean, he called her skank and all types of stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm like, so I guess he's the new villain now. You know, they can't have no drug dealers be villains, so they have to be the quarterback.
I mean, I'm here for it. He's steeped in his privilege and his entitlement, and he knows he's going to the NFL. So I'm here for the villain.
But then on the preview for next episode, we got Spencer, having his arm around him. Like, what are we doing here?
I told him live unprepared. I'm sorry, y'all.
I was trying to watch the game and watch this at the same time. It was difficult. It was difficult. But other than that, that was like I said, that was the only thing I really, like I said, I disagreed about is this, like, if they show the power of forgiveness, then it would be a very strong piece. And then I would understand the reason why you bring Carrie in. If they don't show it that way, then there's no reason why you bring Carrie in for no reason. Like,
so fingers crossed.
Let Layla heal the way she gonna heal.
Hello.
But we gonna get that 3-way conversation at some point. I don't know if that's
from your lips to God's ears, child.
If it's gonna be the season finale or close to the season finale, we gonna have that conversation because she gonna snap on one of them, and it's probably gonna be like Olivia. Now I think about it,
I can see it being Olivia.
And then Spencer's gonna try to play, Captain Saberhook, and then they're gonna have a conversation.
And she could be like, "Don't worry, I got a clip for you too." Pow.
I wouldn't be surprised if what's the name was there? Jordan was there. So just have a whole conversation.
Come on, Jordan, with the backup.
But he's been my MVP. He's starting to get like a little storyline about him. It actually has something to do with him. He's shown the most growth. And to be honest, he might have shown more growth than your boy Spencer. He's accepted that the fact that it's not like high school. He has worked 2 times, 3 times as hard. He ain't cutting his meetings to go have a meeting, meet up with his girl, whatever. He was understanding when it came to Simone. He didn't trip.
Yeah. To me, Spencer's character development and journey kind of stopped the moment they made him start to orbit Olivia. So you're right
You
on
know,
that. He does have
com-
more growth right now than Spencer, because Spencer is he's doing the minimum to stay interested.
coming from a guy's standpoint, sometimes that happens. Sometimes when you feel like you meet that one,
Mm-hmm.
your world becomes about that one, and
Yep.
everything stops. And then you look up and you realize, damn, I ain't chill with this person. I ain't chill with that person. Like, my life has all been around her, and I don't know if they're doing that on purpose, but it is interesting to see that on TV. Like, yeah, you can get wrapped up in one person, and sometimes you got to step back. That's why I said I don't like. I kind of want them to eventually, get to the point where, get married and all that stuff. But they might need to take some time apart just to see if they can take time apart, just to see if when they come back, it's stronger than it was before. A lot of people are
Yeah, I mean, I
too
feel like they
scared.
rushed into it. I feel like they needed time before they even got together, specifically because we're seeing this now where he's orbiting her and struggling to create. They're struggling to really create their lives and identities outside of each other. And I feel like you're so much stronger within a relationship when you can actually stand 10 toes down in who you are, and you come to each other as complete people, and you're not so dependent on one another. So if anything, they will need to create some space at some point so that they can actually solidify who they're going to be and experience things, so that they can start to pull from different life experiences and solidify who they're going to be. Olivia, for whatever reason, well, not for whatever reason, because I kind of have my thoughts in reference to why she wants to stay in high school and why she wants to stay the same person as she was in high school. But that's just not something that's going to be able to happen. And Spencer has to be able to experience, learn, and grow, especially as he's preparing to go to the NFL. So, yeah, they're going to need some space at some point.
Yeah, I agree. Now, writers are going to write that, but it's what's needed. I think it will bring some type of excitement back to those characters, because they were my favorite part of the show. Like, their journey on getting together, that was my favorite part of the show. Mm-hmm. But it's like, now that they're together, it's like, it's okay. I like the journey. Like, I don't know. I don't know. Like, I like their communication. No, I can't say that. Never mind. So,
I can't say that.
Because
listen, I am still standing my ship of Jermone. Because even with their problems, they're giving me life. I'm sorry, they are. Sorry,
Jermone,
sorry,
I'm not feeling Simone right now.
You said what?
I said I am Team Jermone forever, but I am not feeling Simone at the moment. So,
child, I can't wait to go and see what she had going on this episode.
Please
Y'all,
do.
make sure y'all watch my breakdowns tomorrow, because I'm gonna have so much more to say. I didn't have much of nothing to say this episode in this live, because I didn't watch everything, but I'm gonna have a lot to say. I can already feel it.
Simone.
Somebody on Twitter was like, Simone, Jada, Pinkett, Hicks. I was done. Like, what the hell happened that y'all over here talking about Simone?
She used the same language. Come on, like, and she still wasn't honest. Like, what are you? You got Jordan, who's actually being a good man, and that's so rare to see.
Did Damon and Simone even see each other this episode?
No. They mentioned, like, when Jordan came to the facility to see Simone, Damon let him up. So that was the only of Damon when it came around Simone. That was it. And she tried to explain to him like they were in some type of entanglement, and she went to go see him in Chicago, or she went with him to Chicago, but she didn't mention that they almost had like a moment. She didn't mention it. So.
Like I said, I can't wait to watch this episode. Once we get off this live, I'm in there. I'm locked in.
Please do, because she's. I have no problem with Damon no more. It's Simone. It's Simone.
I don't have no problem with Damon. I want to point out, some people were saying in the chat, or maybe when we went live the other night for like 3 hours randomly in the middle of the night, somebody brought up the fact that nobody checked Damon. So Keisha has all of this energy for Simone, but she's also friends with Damon and sees how Damon looks at her, and she ain't addressed Damon. And I was like, yeah, that's very, very valid, because at the end of the day, when all this stuff was brewing, Simone is starting to come to her, or like her feelings. I don't think that she was as aware, and things was really hitting her how comfortable she was in that moment. But Damon been knew. And why we holding Simone so accountable, but we ain't holding Damon accountable for putting her in a position?
Because Damon has been respectful.
I'm talking about when, well, nobody saw him try to kiss her, I guess. But I'm just saying, like, if you got emotional cheating is a thing energy for Simone, then if y'all also in y'all little vortex on Bringston and y'all all are friends, then it's also like, Damon, maybe you need to create some space, because I can see how close you and Simone are getting. Like, I think that that's a conversation for the both of them, not just specifically for Simone.
Yeah, but she was right there, and she's been seeing the kind of like the way she looks at Damon. She's been seeing how she's been hiding her texts. She doesn't know that from Damon's point of view. So, but
she's been right there too. Like, I will not forget. Like, and this is one of the things I really gravitate towards when we're having conversations about y'all. Like, yeah, Simone knew this whole time. She literally invited Nate and Keisha to come watch tennis matches with her, and Damon was sitting right there, and she said nothing to him about it, and they were like, yeah, girl, I'm not going to go sit down in this heat with you. And Damon's just like waiting for her to invite him, and he's like, and she just ignores him and walks off. Keisha's right there for that too. Like,
yeah, but you probably, like, as her girlfriend, I'm pretty sure you feel more comfortable go to her rather than him.
I don't know.
That's your friend.
I'd be,
you know what I'm saying?
But you know, that's
yeah, that's true. But it was just like, all right, but I'm gonna check my girl first. Like, I'm gonna check. I could check both, but I'm gonna check my girl first. Like, I need her to know like what I see. Like, I'm starting to notice, and everybody saw it. Everybody was noticing it, but they just wasn't really saying nothing. And she was the only one who was really coming out and saying something about it. You know, and even Nate said a little something about it, but it wasn't like to the extreme of what old girl said. So I don't know, like it's just a weird. I just think, like, as a character, Simone's always been a confusing person. She's always like made a decision, then went back on the decision, and made a decision, and went back. Like, they've written her that way, that she's like she's not reliable with her like, she goes up and down kind of with her feelings. Like,
I agree.
When she was on All American, she didn't know if she wanted to go all the way, you know, with Jordan, and it kind of
she knew, but she ran because she didn't want to saddle him with the burden of all her bullshit. She didn't run because she didn't have feelings for him. She ran because she knew, and she knew how Jordan was open, and she didn't want to put him through all that.
Sounds kind of.
No, that was actually what was said.
No, I'm saying sounds kind of familiar.
Of like, she left because of you, dummy, not because, like, not because she don't like you. She literally did it because she cares that much about you.
I haven't. That's true. I'm agreeing with you. I haven't trusted her character from All American. Now that she's here, like, even in this show, it was just like she's trying to do this most for her auntie, and I get it. But if your auntie's saying just let it go, I made my decision, then just let it go. You can't fix everything. You can't, like, just relax. Just relax. Learn, be focused on your tennis. Then you had a nerve to be jealous of the relationship between Layla and Jordan. Like, you ain't got a special relationship with Damon? Really? I'm confused.
Watch this episode.
I'm I don't get that part. Like, you can't. You don't have the right to be jealous. If your man ain't jealous of you, and I don't know why
he is though.
But in this episode, he did not show that.
In this episode, he's already thrown hella tantrums.
He didn't throw hella tantrum in this episode. You guys see the whole
Not
episode.
in this episode, but I'm saying he's done it before. So if like this is her first time, I think she got one or two in the clip to even catch up to where Jordan is at.
But after your man has accepted the fact that y'all have some type of entanglement, then he takes you out to dinner to get your mind off of stuff. He, like I said, he was the MVP. He's showing you all that. You got a nerve then to be jealous? He's shown you more than enough to say that he ain't doing. He's so crazy about you. He's shown you enough.
Yeah.
That you don't need to be jealous of him. Just like you're supposed to, like you told him, he don't need to be jealous of you. So what has Jordan showed you to make him jealous? Like, now I can understand you may not trust Layla, but
your maid of honor,
supposed to be your friend.
They should have just made Olivia the damn maid of honor, because that stuff that really is still chapping my ass.
Are they even friends? Do they even talk? Clearly they
don't.
They
don't talk. Layla has not texted her. She has not like they have not had any kind of communication. I'm like, how? But they used to. Literally, Simone was the only one that Layla was talking to after the whole fallout with Spencer and Olivia.
Yeah, they had the date from hell. That was them putting that on, and yet nothing.
They were in gym class talking about what was going on, and Simone was the one like, go and talk to Liv. Go and like Simone did all that. Now all of a sudden they ain't talking at all.
And now you don't trust her. Now you don't trust their relationship. And I'm glad that why can't I think of her name? But she kind of called her out on it. It's like, are you reflecting, what you're going through? Yeah, Keisha. Are you reflecting what you're going through with Damon onto Jordan? And I think she was. It's like when people cheat and they be thinking their partner's cheating.
I mean, she ain't cheat, but
I gave that example. I'm not talking about her cheating. She didn't cheat. Yes, we know. We can argue about emotional cheating, but she didn't cheat. So cool. But I'm just giving you an example. If somebody was cheating, then they think their partner is cheating because they're cheating. So if you're going through an entanglement with another person, you think your mate is also going through entanglement.
That's real.
So, but yeah,
thank you so much.
I'm getting off this.
Someone Hicks to Baker back to Hicks. Yo, everybody gonna forever remember you for that, Zai. Wait, y'all talking about Jordan would have left her? I guess it's because Simone is the one in the relationship. No, I totally get that. However, if they're all friends within this friend group, equally friends, then let's hold the one who actually has feelings accountable. Jalyn is saying that you were unable to join. I love Olivia, but yes, they need to grow separately. Maybe season 5. Thank you, Lashana. I think they just need to have space to figure out who they are without having one another be like, well, no, this is who you are and you're changing or you're different. Oh no, my live ended. Child. That's what I really want. Like, ideally, if Olivia really is in game, which I don't necessarily know anymore, but I also feel like I'm super burnt out from like all of the like shoving Olivia down my throat and having to deal with people who have issues with me saying anything in critique of Olivia. If they are actually in game, they're going to have to get to a healthier, less codependent place. And I feel like the way they do that is to have space and room, whether it is within their relationship and they create a little bit more looseness and fluidity within their relationship so that they can cultivate new friendships, cultivate other relationships, and allow each other to change. Or if they have to break up to be able to do that. Like Olivia having this idea of like Spencer cannot change from who he was or grow in this way is going to be the thing that ruins them. So if she can't release that, then this is going to be something that the relationship is not going to be healthy for either one of them. Oh yeah, Chanel, we went live one random night and we were on live for like 3.5 hours. It was so weird. I haven't posted any of that. I was thinking about posting some of the clips because it was very real in that live. We were talking about everything. And it was just on IG. But we went in. Asher was first to break the cycle. Come on, Asher. Liv overpowered in the show and in the fandom. You can't escape it. I can, cause I'm giving way less energy to it. Like Olivia used to be one of my very, very favorite characters, and now, well, I also don't think that her growth is there. Like I really do feel like Layla's storyline has been stronger. Her growth has been stronger. Jordan now is starting to arise with very, very strong growth. Asher starting to rise like with very strong growth. Spencer, like I mentioned, doesn't even really have much growth. So they're kind of playing the background for me in reference to the show. So I don't know if Liv, I mean, they definitely centered Liv. Like Liv's storyline became everybody's storyline, and everybody's storyline started to route through some type of interaction with Olivia, which I feel like might have been a missed opportunity because it put too much on Olivia as a character. But specifically with the fandom and their obsession with Olivia, I can definitely escape that because everybody's getting blocked and blessed if they doing too much for me now. I don't even have the patience for it anymore. I do think that Damon can respect Simone's relationship. At the same time, he hasn't done anything that Simone didn't allow. I mean, that's one thing. I think the like trying to kiss her, that was where he overstepped. Brittany Cockerham. I'm sorry if I mispronounced your last name, but it's you for me. She asked the question. If I use the wrong pronouns, please let me know. But she says, is bonding over trauma the new step to a relationship? Because that's what it's given. That is what the hell it's giving. It's so much trauma bonding happening in the All American universe, and it's stressing me the hell out. Willis says not to complain again, but sometimes it bothers me how they abandon storylines on the show. Whatever happened to her rehab? Whatever happened to her going to NA meetings? Whatever happened to Nurse Joy? That's a very real critique. They do abandon certain things in the show for sure. And I think that that's also why I struggle with Olivia's character. Olivia's character was set up so well. And I think when we got to season 3 and she's drinking and she's running from her love of Spencer, she is relapsed, she's trying to be an activist, she's now throwing caution to the wind and embracing her love for Spencer. She's doing all of these things. It's like, it's too much. It's way too much. And it took us on this very dramatic, so this is a drama show, that makes sense. It took us on this dramatic ride, but it also just, it was kind of all over the place and it was very disorienting, and it made me really not be able to trust Olivia as a character by the end of season 4 and need a breather. And then now they rushed them into Spolivia without her having growth, without her having time to like be a little bit more secure with herself so that she's not jumping bad at the first black girl that pops up in Spencer's life and feeling away and getting all snarky, so that she's not telling Spencer, oh, you can't do this because this is not who you are when you go to college to learn, grow, and change. Like, she needed space to be able to cultivate that, and because we're just pushing her through these different things without actually seeing the growth, it's like it's not landing. Zaya says her choice of drug now is Spencer. It's very much so given the addiction has shifted. The addiction has shifted to her codependency on Spencer. Or it's like it's a balancing act right now, because I also feel like there's something to be said about the conversation that, you know, I mentioned the other YouTuber Bondi Blue, who mentioned her struggling with her being biracial and her blackness and her place and all of that. Like, her trying to overcompensate with that. Like, is that also something that is feeding this addiction? Like, I feel like we haven't really seen her address her addictive nature fully. We get little tidbits of it, we get little taste tests of it, but then, like Willa said, they abandon a certain storyline and then we don't see it again. It's perplexing to me how we have not seen Nurse Joy, and Olivia has had a scary moment with Jen, thinking that Jen had relapsed or she had lost her, you know, her sponsee. We see her an emotional moment with her boyfriend where she thinks that they're about to end because he snaps at her behind that. She snaps at a girl that she thinks is coming for her man. Like, all of these emotional things are happening, and the woman who's supposed to be there to help her process and handle these things, not even her mom, because we don't even get to see her interact or get any tutelage from her mom in these ways, but even just her sponsor is nowhere to be found. And I'm just like, what is happening? Yes, we talked about that. We used to talk about that in the Zooms, right, Antonio? We identified that Olivia was an unreliable narrator very, very early on. You know? It just ended. Shanoa, if you want to speak, we can hop on there. I think it just cut off because I hit the time limit. It just cuts off sometimes now. I think IG don't be feeling it. I just turned it back on. I'm about to hop off, so if you want to come on, then go ahead now. You done took your bonnet off, girl. I got you. Yeah, they rushed her into being a sponsor. I thought this was one of the worst decisions that they could have made for her character. Literally one of the worst. Not y'all going all through the chat talking about what happened to. I'm here for it. I don't know what is going on with my internet tonight. Shaw says I no longer identify with Liv. I mean, it's hard. She's doing a lot. She's really doing a lot. Liv no longer identifies with Liv. I can't. Honestly, like, a lot of people take it when I'm saying I want Olivia to be held accountable, or I want her to apologize first, or some of the things that I point out. I don't want those things to happen because I feel like Liv is a bad person or a bad character. I want those things to happen because those to me will be benchmarks to show her growth and her progression as a character. So if she is able to hold herself accountable, if she is able to not just jump on whatever expose to get a headline, if she is able to not go to a place where she asks Spencer to be a face of a nail takedown piece when he's trying to secure some nail deals and she's actually thinking about certain things, then that to me will all outline and show her actual growth. And we ain't getting none of that. So I can understand how you're not identifying with her. Shanoa, I'm back live. Okay, I see you. Oh shoot. I gotta refresh this. Hold on, y'all. Hey boo, give me 1 second. Let me refresh because the other live ended. I forgot to pop it back up.
Y'all see my fresh bonnet tracks?
I actually can't. Hold on, I'm trying to pull the live up. Let me.
I be trying to figure out how much of me you can see. Can you see my hair? Lord.
Yeah, we can see your hair.
Don't forgive the bonnet hair, y'all. Listen, this twists out a couple days.
Not forgive the bonnet hair. You are fine.
Twist out, okay? Not too much.
You are 100% fine. Okay. There we go. All right, you're really, really close up, but here we go. Yeah, we can see your hair.
Don't forgive the bonnet hair, y'all. Listen, this twist out a couple days old. Don't do me.
Forgive the
Not too much
fine.
on the twist out, okay? Not too much.
You are 100% fine. Okay. There we go. All right, you're really, really close up, but there we go. All right, what's your thoughts?
I just wanted to quickly say that y'all are saying a lot when it comes to, listen, this is homecoming. Let me just quick with it. Get off Simone's head, okay? That's my girl. Stay off my girl Simone's head. Listen, I feel like the reason why she was so like, is because she really just realized she had a whole thing. She just had this revelation last episode, that her friendship is not as much as a friendship that she thought it was. So now that she's seeing all these phone calls, she's like, that's a little strange. And it was something that wasn't happening before now. This is a recent development too. So cut her some slack. None of y'all haven't forgiven her for lying to Jordan about that baby. And I see it all on Twitter.
And y'all need to just say that.
Y'all be coming too hard on my girl Simone. And let's not get into the colorism of it all. Okay. Anyway, like I said, not too much. But I trust Simone to, be faithful and clear to Jordan. But the thing I didn't like, she didn't explain detail by detail the dance situation. Like, yo, we were swaying and hey, we looked up and maybe there was a moment where I thought, they were swaying. And maybe there was a moment where I thought we might kiss or something. I don't know. I feel like she really needed to just lay it all on the line. And she kind of was hesitant. She held a couple things back. So y'all can say that. But a lot of this, oh, she's so flip-floppy. She's so wish-washy. Not too much on her. I'm going to just say it again. Because Jordan is doing the same thing. And I said in the chat, I was like, yes, exactly. That's why she realizes, because it's similar. When Keisha said, hey, are you projecting? That does happen. But the difference with that is she's not accusing Jordan of anything. She's seeing something.
She's processing.
She peeped it, and she's talking to her friend about it. If Simone and Damon would have never had the situation they have, she would have still peeped that and been like, that's a little weird. So regardless of what Simone got going on, independent of that, Jordan and Layla close too. So get off her neck. I'm just saying. I had Simone hits defense squad captain, period. Because y'all be coming for my girl. I do want to see more from her though, because I feel like they're not giving us that emotional depth from her, like that we got from like season, like what was that, 2, when she was pregnant and she was going through everything, like struggling on her own. Her mom kicked her out, like not having no family, no support. Then she would went through the whole line about the baby, but you knew why she did it. I need that emotional depth from her on Homecoming, because I need people to understand why I go so hard for her, because I love her. You know what I mean? Yeah. Anyway, regardless of that, All-American, right? Patience, I'm still mad you ain't get to break up with Coop, because why would you let her break up with you when you knew you wanted to break up with her? You should have never let that happen. And now you mad kissing JoJo. Why is JoJo on the show?
I mean,
What is JoJo doing
I
for us
JoJo.
on the show? She's
I
not
love
giving
JoJo.
us anything. And why you kiss that girl? You know you ain't like her for real. She let you
Now
borrow
I
her
know what they're
guitar
trying
and
to
you
do, and
wanted
I'm
to
like,
kiss her.
I didn't ask JoJo to come on the show for this.
I didn't even recognize that it was JoJo because she wasn't blonde, and for some reason I associate with her with blonde hair. Anyway, I just was like, we don't need this. I don't need Coop and the other girl either. Because Coop, didn't you just say you was gonna work on yourself? That's not working on yourself. What are you doing? Working on yourself is getting with Sky? Is your problems in the sky? In this sky? What are you talking about? I don't appreciate
You need to
it.
work your ass back to rapping, sis. I don't want to hear you do nothing else but that.
Yes, we wanted you to get back to your music. Like, this whole no rapping storyline was so strange for me because we all know, like, is it Bre-Z? She's like a really good rapper. And she has the potential to be better than she was an All-American. Like, I know her from Empire. So y'all can't come for me about her rapping skills. Like, she could do better than this. And her emotional journey in the beginning, when she first got shot and she lost her passion and she couldn't do music, that was compelling. Now she don't really got nothing. She not worried about music no more.
There.
You dropped out of high school to do music, to pursue it because you really was about it. You loved it, and now you don't care at all.
And that's not even any processing of like, if she missed it, if she like, you know, people who do things or have been doing things for a while. Like, I'm gonna use Antonio. I don't know if he's still on here, but I would imagine that Antonio, he's a drummer. I would imagine that there's random times in the day that Antonio just starts doing stuff with his hands because he's a drummer. Like, we don't even get any of that from Coop. Like, even if she's never going to touch it again, how does she feel about that?
Mm-hmm. And I feel like we're not getting any of that. And it's very strange to me because I feel like, how did you lose your love for music so fast and without a word? If you did lose your love for music and that's the storyline they want to go to, maybe she don't want to rap on the show no more. Okay, fine. But let's go through that journey. You just dropped it and it was such a big part of her character that it doesn't make sense to me. So I'm just like, And then, like, who was that girl? Jordan and Layla. He was touching her thighs a lot. Listen, Simone and Damon do be holding hands. So when Jordan and Layla held hands, I was like, cool, whatever. Because we're getting it. We're here for platonic love and, like, what is it? Physical touch, whatever. But why did you land on her thigh? That was a step too much. It was a bridge too far. It was a bridge too far for me. I was like, hand on the thigh, and I'm gripping your thigh. No, I didn't like it. I'm gonna just say that. And I appreciate their scene, like their moment, and they were talking. I like that. Like, go ahead, have these real tough conversations. I missed part of that because I missed the first 20 minutes. But from what I heard, they had like a real tough conversation. I got like the end part of them being in there. So they were already like resolving their issues, but I guess they had some kind of blow up. I don't really know. But the part I did see was very like friendly and like, we finna get it together. And I like that part. But like, some of this was a lot. I'm gonna just say that. And then Olivia, girl, who said it? I think it was Tink. Tink said in the chat, you're an intern. What are you doing? Why are you running around campus like you really got this story on? Like you running shit? Like, you're, girl. And somebody was like, she don't even go to class. I said, yeah, it's like, to Olivia, do you even go here? Because what are you doing? Why are you not in a journalism class somewhere? And why you can't take Auntie Amara's journalism class? Because you need it. Go ahead and get it on Zoom. Go ahead and, what did they call that?
Remote learning.
Yeah, remote learning. Audit the class. Go ahead and audit that class. You need that one. Because you're doing a lot, like, where's the journalistic integrity? You taking sources that aren't sources, you mixing, like, your work with your home life and not being upfront about it. You ain't tell Jordan you was finna use him as no source. Because he would have said, hell no. Look at with you.
And everybody's just telling her, yeah, girl, go ahead. Do what you feel.
No, and don't do what you feel, because what you feel is not always the right thing, and people are not holding her accountable for nothing. Like, she don't learn nothing. It's real aggravating. I'm just saying, it's real aggravating. I be so stuck on her, like, girl. And remember when we were talking about Bel Air, I was like, Lisa really gives you a cop daughter. Olivia really gives, yo, I'm from Beverly Hills and I am biracial. She gives that.
Biracial.
She gives biracial.
She's giving it more and more.
She's a biracial girl. She gives that.
And honestly, I wouldn't even know what that meant if I didn't watch like the implosion of like all these biracial people on TikTok over the last 8 months. Like, they were losing their shit.
Specifically, biracial girl with a white mom, that's a whole different kind of thing.
Those moms,
because I got a biracial cousin with a black mama. My auntie got a biracial. It's different.
It's
real.
different when you have a white mom.
Yep. And let's not pretend that Grace
and even
don't
that,
have
like, I
some
would
kind
think
of...
that they could explore that even more. Give me that. Don't give me no more Olivia journalism, nothing. Give me Olivia on some type of self-discovery. Like, I liked it when they first went down the road of her, like, checking back into Crenshaw and, like, picking up activism as a way to dial into her blackness. But I feel like that is even a thing that just got dropped. It's like she started picking up causes and now all of a sudden she's super woke and she got it. Like, no, she has a lot of blind spots.
And even monoracial black people have a lot of blind spots. You know what I mean? And I feel like there is a difference between monoracial black people and biracial black people because we're not seeing the same in our own community and outside of the community. So you don't have it all together. Nobody does. And the thing that I first understood about the situation when she released the tape, I was like, you know what? I'm on your side. Because Grace came back, not Grace, what's their mama name? I don't like her like
Laura.
that. I like her some of the time. Laura, okay. When Laura came back and said, you released this tape, but I was working on it from the inside, I said to myself, but the reason why she did this is because you didn't talk about what you were doing specifically for the Black community, and your own daughter did not trust you to be that ally for the Black community. And as much as we say, like, if you're gonna talk about it, be about it, if you were really being about it, you should have just said something. Because she really didn't think that you were gonna do it, and I don't blame her. When have you ever shown, besides Marion, Billy Baker, when have you ever shown that you were an ally? Up until now, because she's doing stuff in the community, that's great. I'm starting to like her more. But you were never about that life. Nobody expected you to be down for the cause. And that's why your daughter did that, because she didn't trust you to be about it. And that's why it all happened.
And that's part of the thing that I think white moms miss. They don't think in helping your child navigate their identity and how they manifest in the world. Part of that is them exploring their Blackness. And I think without her even discussing the case, if she had been more well-versed in communicating and trying to keep, like, she did the Soul Amuse things, which was her thing, trying to give Olivia a branch back towards her Blackness, but there was no dialogue in the house about how they see themselves, how they see her, how they feel about different things. There was no dialogue about none of that. So we understand why Olivia didn't trust that she was actually doing
how they showed up in the world. Yeah. Especially Jordan. We know that wasn't a conversation because when they got pulled over by the police, Jordan acted like he was a white man, and that's not reality. He
acted like he was a whole white man.
I have had that conversation with my nephews when they were like 7 and 9. I had the tough conversation. You are Black. This is what it means to be a Black man in America. Not that I am a Black man, but a Black person in America. Specifically, the history of police brutality and its relation to Black men. Black men are like the worst when it comes to police brutality. I talked to them about that young. You telling me Jordan don't know nothing about this? Y'all
and
not
even that going back to Laura, we saw her making phone calls, but we didn't see her sit down with her kids and talk about how they felt about it. How did Jordan getting thrown on the ground with Spencer land on Olivia? That conversation would have helped set up something for her not to release this tape after the fact if she was a part of that conversation.
her and Billy could have done to let them know that they understood their Blackness and what it means to them and what it means to society at large, to let her know, my mom gets this, she gets us, and she is helping us. She's fighting for us behind the scenes. She's trying to make real change in the position that she's in. She ain't get nothing from y'all, and that's what she did it. That's why she did it. When we were in that vein of Olivia, I understood. This vein of Olivia is just like, girl, what are you doing and why? What is the motivation? Like, none of what you're doing makes sense to me. I don't know. Maybe they're gonna bring it all back and bring it all home, but I'm not really understanding her motivation right now. And Spencer let her walk all over him. It's a lot.
It's sending me, because I thought the bare minimum, if they got together, Spencer would rub off on her even more than he already has. But to see him now shift himself to orbit her and not even be true to himself anymore, and then now she is sleeping wherever it's like, so why are we doing this? Why did y'all get together? Because I don't believe that they're becoming better right now.
Exactly.
They're not making each other better as of right now. Now, that's not to say they can't do it moving forward, but they're not doing it right now, in my opinion.
Exactly. And I agree with that sentiment 100%. Y'all are not making each other better. Y'all are not holding each other accountable. Y'all are not asking each other tough questions. Y'all are not challenging your perception on anything. Y'all just being like, okay, this is how she feeling. I'm going to just let it rock. Regardless of if it hurts my feelings or if it goes against my core values, I'm going to just let it rock. How is that?
Because I love her.
A healthy relationship? That's not giving healthy. It's giving toxic. It's giving codependent. It's giving I'm being stifled. Who Spencer has shown himself to be is not the person he is with Olivia right now. And I never really expected that was going to be the case. I just was like, that's real weird. And typically women lose themselves in relationships. So this is a flip on the trope, but it's also very strange. I'm just it's real weird. And then the last thing I want to say, because I know you want to get out of here, it's 2:00 in the morning for me, Florida gal.
Yeah,
but
I see you, boo. I'm sorry, it's running late. 2:03 East Coast. Thank you for hanging in as long as you did.
I'm sorry. I just want to last thing say Carrie and Layla. Okay, so there's a lot of things I think about it, but the main thing is like, I get why she want to talk to her. Okay, but the thing that you have to remember, and I have to tell myself this all the time, to get closure, you don't have to talk to the other person. It doesn't always serve you to talk to the other person. The closure is for you. The forgiveness is for you. And you don't need them to have a conversation with them to get that. And sometimes when you have the conversation, it didn't do nothing but make you madder. There's been a time that I was like, okay, it's time to lay it all on the line. This is how you hurt me. Do you understand that XYZ made me feel this way? Your tone when you said this was that. La, la, la. I got a response. Oh, I'm sorry you feel that way. But, you know, it is what it is. Okay, so now I'm just more mad. I'm okay. So I didn't get an apology. I didn't get any acknowledgement of my pain. I didn't get shit. I got nothing from this experience but more mad and more hurt. But sometimes it goes the opposite way and you do get healing. So maybe that's what she's seeking out for it. But I want her to realize it's not about them, it's about you. It's not about them, it's about you. And why I said in the chat that maybe she's now in a space where she can like navigate this is because she's gotten her treatment. Carrie has gotten her treatment, so maybe she's better. We don't really know. I kind of missed a little part of that. Remember I said I missed the first part of All-American. Mm-hmm. So we don't know if Carrie's good either, but I'm just saying, like, I don't know. She has to understand it's your responsibility to regulate your own emotions regardless of what the outside world has to say about it. So hopefully she can get to that space. And what I really want her to address and what I think is important is what you said, her, Spencer, and Layla. And the only reason why she needs to have a conversation is with them is because they're still trying to be friends. If she was going to leave it alone, I don't care. Like if she was going to let them be, then I don't see a need for a conversation. But she's not going to let them rock. They still trying to be in a vortex together. They still trying to be besties. So if you want to be my bestie for the rest of you, let's have this conversation. Because I'm not gonna be cool with you if I'm still holding resentment for this whole situation that you and Spencer started. And I think bringing it back, way back to season 1, a reason why Layla and Olivia had issues is because Olivia didn't tell Layla how it hurt her that she went after Spencer, knowing that Olivia had feelings for him. And they didn't talk about that until they had that blow up. And she was like, and I think it's funny how you went after him knowing how I felt about him. Remember that? Like they had that blow up in the cafe or whatever. If you would have had a conversation about that in the beginning, it would have been better. It would have been way better than this. And that's where it really started to me. But now that y'all address that part, let's now address this part. Olivia and Spencer, y'all was fucked up for letting this girl drag herself back in, knowing that it was for nothing. Knowing that he didn't like her. Girl, you understand that you just made out with him and let her get back together with him without saying a word? Cat got your tongue, mom's your uncle. What is it? You didn't say nothing. I would have been so pissed, like, girl, you knew
nothing to your best friend.
Why would you do that? It's like your friends who try to set you up with a dude that they know is in love with them. Girl, what are you doing? You know that man like you. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. I would have been so pissed off. And Layla has been so, like, buttoned up about it and reserved. So the least y'all owe her is a conversation, and a conversation, an apology, an acknowledgement that you hurt her feelings, and let's really work towards this friendship. Like you said, her and Spencer haven't even talked. Y'all ain't friends for real. You don't ever talk to your friends that you see every day. It's not like y'all don't live together and he don't be at the house every day.
He was just putting away dishes at the place that
he be at the house every day up Olivia ass. You see them in your face every day. Y'all trying to be friends? Y'all are not friends. And you and Olivia barely frenemies. Y'all skirting on the line. Get it together. You can't live in a house and not really be cool with them. And if I was Olivia, I'm gonna let her live in my house. And she ain't really cool with me. Y'all not recognizing that. That's strange. I don't understand that.
I think Olivia really thinks that it's over.
It's not.
Because Olivia does not get held accountable, so she's never expecting to be held accountable.
I need somebody to check her one good time. Listen, I know y'all are Olivia stands. I don't care. Check her. Check her one good time. And if who is it? Davita? Is that my brown skin girl? Davita?
Yes.
If Davita do it, even better. I'm just saying. I need somebody to check her.
Far away.
I need Spencer to do it for real. Let me be honest. Spencer need to check her and stay on the checklist. Don't back out. Don't get scared.
All right, y'all. We are going now on freaking 3 hours. We got 2 more people left, and that's gonna be it for my little check-ins on IG. Maybe Layla's way of closure is to go directly to the person. Maybe. First, Layla needs to move out the house because it's toxic. Shaw says this conversation is sent to me. Shanoa's hilarious. I can't. They talked briefly at her birthday party. Very briefly. We have yet to see them even say hi or bye since then. And what was that, episode 2 of this season? Everybody needs to live on campus. That part. Layla isn't giving Olivia attitudes. So I think her attitudes that she has are very valid. Like, Patience is dragging behind with this album and making her life so much harder. They're on an indie label. She's funding everything. So she has a reason to feel a way about it. I think that she keeps people at arm's length, but then that also speaks to your friendship. And like, if Liv is her best friend, I mean, she's also part of the problem with this particular conversation. So and again, I feel like Olivia don't get held accountable, so she's not expecting to be held accountable. So of course she's not gonna be the one to inquire more, but she's not giving Olivia any kind of funky energy. So I don't think it's fair to put on Layla like, oh, nobody can talk to her because she has an attitude, when she don't say nothing to Spencer at all because the writers don't write it that way, but she still shows up and watches his games and supports them and like tells Olivia like, I can't say much because, you know, I'm not there yet with y'all, but I'm gonna give you what I can give you right now. Like, she's not just giving everybody nasty energy. So I don't think you can actually say that. And yeah, she will have to make the conversation happen because Olivia, one, don't even think that the conversation needs to happen. And I think Spencer is too busy circling Olivia to even think about it. So, all right, we got Jalyn. You know, I'm not there yet with y'all, but I'm gonna give you what I can give you right now. Like, she's not just giving everybody nasty energy. So I don't think you can actually say that. And yeah, she will have to make the conversation happen because Olivia, one, don't even think that the conversation needs to happen. And I think Spencer is too busy circling Olivia to even think about it. So, all right, we got Jalyn. What's up? Long time
no do, E? What it do?
I'm hanging in there. How you feel about the episodes tonight?
Strictly on Homecoming, but I'm like, as far as All American, I kind of stopped after everybody graduated and went to college and stuff. When Homecoming came out, that's where strictly my focus has been. But with All American, trying to think who the dude, or like who's the dude with the beard that like that wanted to play football in college but had a medical condition and he's not playing no more.
Cam?
Yeah, I want to see him succeed and hopefully he gets that coaching thing to work out. So
wait, Asher, the white boy?
Yeah, Aston. I'm hoping everything works out for him on that part. Spencer, right now, he's going through a typical thing that most athletes will go through after they transition from having a lot of success in high school sports and transitioning over college, especially dealing with a coach that as an athlete don't feel like they really like, but it's more so, but it could be like two different sides. It's one of them things where when you're at a collegiate coach, when you're in collegiate athletes, collegiate coaches are 10 times as harder. And rather than being high school or high school or lower, they're a little bit more compassionate on certain levels. That's okay, but because with coaches like that, there's a lot more leeway for them. So if they don't succeed right away, there's not going to be as much of a heavy target on them. Compared to college coaches and professionals, there's such a big magnifying glass on them that the production's got to come right away. So when you take account of that, like as far as with the coach and stuff, from like both coaching your players because you want to better them as people, and better them as men, and better them as women. They're going to be hard because they want them to succeed so much, but at the same time that they want to succeed as well because their job is on the line. So I understand why the coach is hard on Spencer to begin with. With Spencer, he just got to adjust to that. He's going through a lot of things going through. When you go to college, everybody got the same status as you did. You may have had the stars, but like them jokers gonna fight. So on Spencer, he just got to learn through that. So that's just common life.
He got to learn through that, and he also got to pick his struggle. He can't have the high school athlete turned collegiate athlete struggle trying to figure out his place and make a place for him on this team while also trying to prioritize Olivia, while also trying to be a daddy to Dillon, while like.
Yeah, you gotta, and that's a lot for a guy that's still under 21, like age of 21. So I understood like he had to be a man like at an early age, but hell, like you still there. You ain't even hit life yet. So one, cut yourself some slack. As far as like
and cut some of these damn expectations. Like you need to drop them.
Like he puts a lot of pressure on himself, man. Like I take it from me. I put a lot of pressure on myself on a lot of things, but at the same time, I cut myself some slack. I understand I'm gonna make mistakes. I'm gonna learn from it. But
and this is why I'm always pushing people to go away to college. Like me going away to college, and shout out to my dad because I was nervous about doing it, but he was like, "No, that would probably be the best decision that you can make to go away to college because you have to sever some of those things." Like I went away to college, and all I had to focus on was me. when you stay and you have all this extra stuff on you that you're also still trying to balance, it ain't gonna work, baby. It's not set up to work.
Nah, mine was different. I always wanted to go to college, but my situation was my focus was on trying to play football, but you know everything just didn't work out that way. But I ended up finding another path for greatness. So that was that, and I needed to go through that. And I was explaining to a bunch of freshmen down here at Bama, you're gonna go through some dark times. Don't run from it. It's gonna help you grow. It's gonna shape you. So like when the dark times come, you're not gonna be ready, but be ready. It makes sense when you think of it. Makes sense once you go through it. But as far as like with Spence and Olivia, I mean, they're gonna go through their struggle. Like it's pointed that right now with Olivia. Like yeah, I don't like this version of her, but a lot of but like I'm gonna be like you. I'm gonna be like you how you are with Karen. I'm gonna be like you. She going through that phase. She's scared. She's scared right now because like she ain't in high school no more. Spencer ain't around as heavy like as he once was. Like she's managing, and like she's scared right now. And when you see somebody new that pops up into the equation, and like she's being the supportive person to help out Spencer, boost up his stuff and everything. What like she sees it threatening because that's what she usually does. But you know, I get it. It's out of fear. I completely understand that. So I'm gonna be like you
I
on
understand that, but then to me, the fact that we get no point where she actually even tries to process is something different. Like I don't like how her and Spencer have gone through so much, and he gets no benefit of the doubt, like none. That's the part. Like I'm not worried about her being scared. I know that she's trying to cling to this version of her because she finally feels
safe. I don't think she's ready for change yet.
She might not be ready for change, which is fine, but Spencer has earned the benefit of the doubt.
All right, but like overall, I mean, if it works out, it works out. If not, then you know that's point of life. My grandparents, they've been together for over about like 57 years. My grandparents been together for 57 years, and they would tell me that they dated in high school. They broke up when they when they was going to college. Later on in life, they found each other, and now they're going on 50-something years. So, like, you know, that's goals. But, you know, the stuff happens. Like, it's life. You got to be able to go. You got to be able to go with shape. And that goes on this point with Homecoming. Like the woman that you was talking to earlier said, like, cut Simone some slack. I did. I mean, she did the right thing. She called Jordan when she felt like she was about to slip up. And I've been scared for her because I was hoping that she not going to slip up. But we keep saying, I done seen so many comments that said Jamone need to go ahead and break up. Simone and Jordan need to go ahead and break up. I ain't with that because like after everything that they've been through compared to Spence and Olivia, you ain't gonna be doing that. Cause did Olivia ever lie to Spencer about having a kid? Now I forgot about that. I let that one go. But she the one that brought it up. So now I'm about to throw this in the equation. Olivia never lied to Spencer about having no kid. You don't lie about that. So with that, taking that into account, this man still fell in love with you, even though you lied to him about it. And he still was going to take care of the kid regardless of the situation, even though you was about to go ahead and give it up. He still was there.
I'm like, recounting the narrative very interestingly.
Yeah, I mean, like,
he fell in love with her because she was honest about the kid, and then she fell for him first, and he couldn't believe that somebody would care for him in the way that he did. So he didn't fall in love with her in spite of her lying. He actually fell in love with her because of the lie. But
which is weird. Which is weird. But like they've been able to make it work for so long. Here's the other thing. They understood the whole situation about the whole long distance. They had to have that conversation with each other to be able to establish this level of growth. They knew what was gonna happen. She going to ATL. I'm from the South. Like you going to ATL. You going to a HBCU in the ATL. They hoes everywhere. Both male and female. Everywhere. He in California in college. And he light skinned. Now he got a beard. They was everywhere.
He got a beard.
He got the beard. We're gonna get them up.
But Jordan's already gone through this whole phase.
Like that. No. I'm not talking about them. I'm just saying like there's temptation everywhere. That's the point I was trying to make. Especially when you first go into college. And like both of them college athletes. Now we understand the whole attraction with like Dame and Simone. We get that. There's some feelings there. Simone just trying to ignore it. But here's the one thing I was kind of, she trying. Don't give me that face. She trying to fight it. I'm praying
If
that
men would just listen to women instead of assuming that you know.
But it's the fact that we be right though.
You don't. You be wrong so often, which is why so many women feel unsafe with you. But go ahead.
You know what? I'm gonna let you have that. I'm gonna let you have that because like that's most of the reason why I'm still single now. I'm gonna let you have that. But going on, I'm proud of Simone because she didn't slip up. She did the right thing. She knew that she misses Jordan on that whole part, so she called him. My only thing is like, why didn't you take Keisha's advice? Said like, rather he come to you, you go to him. I mean, you had enough energy and time to go to Chicago with Damon. You didn't have enough energy and time to go.
She was out of money.
Huh?
She was out of money.
Yeah. How did Damon get the
She used the last of her money to get that one-way ticket back from Chicago.
Oh, so she gonna use the money for Damon, but not for Joe. Okay, bad. All right, cool. Hey, don't get mad at me. You the one that said you.
I'm not mad at you. It's a very different flight from Chicago to Atlanta, Atlanta to Chicago, than Atlanta to California. But
look,
go on.
The effort still gonna count, man. The effort takes it a long way. I mean, shoot, or else everybody's gonna be Ben Simmons. But that's a different story for another day and a whole different other subject. But I'm proud of Simone. She did a responsible thing. She called him. He popped up. They worked out. I felt like in this episode it was beautiful because like they was able to like keep their relationship strong and be able to have those serious conversations. Jordan pointed out like his relationship with his relationship with Layla, but the fact that Simone had enough gall to tell her what all happened outside of the dancing. Because I was slick said, like, why ain't you mention the dancing? If y'all like that, go ahead and let it loose. Rip the Band-Aid off. But he told her, but if I had to weigh in both options, which one would actually, as a dude, which one would I rather, like, care about more? The fact that you blew us off on a virtual date to go to Chicago with your boy who I got suspicions about, or the fact that you was dancing with your boy, and it got a little bit of, in their words, an emotional entanglement. So actually, I think did she mention both of that?
I don't know. I didn't see the whole episode.
Okay, all right. So I think she slick mentioned both of that. I don't think she actually said the word dancing, but I'm proud of Jordan on this point. Most people in society are so used to the negative emotional reaction if you were able to tell somebody the truth. Oh, I hate you. I hate this. F you. F this. We done and all that. Jordan handled this like a boss would. That would tick almost anybody off. He accepted it. And he worked through it. And he understood. That's the maturity I was talking about. That's the beard growth that I was talking about. Every follicle that grew and showed up, that was the level of experience and stuff that he has learned in life. Every single one. And the fact that he was able to handle that, taking that news, soak it up, but understood like the type of person that his woman is, that's love and that's growth right there. And I admire that. And the fact that they was able to build that. And the fact that Jordan was like another G to take her and we ain't going to no party. We're going to a nice dinner that I've been checking out. And I'm going to pull my connections to go ahead and get this thing rolling. And yeah, you dance with him. But let me go ahead and take that dance card back, put something else on your mind. They had that moment. And let me now I was a little bit scared when he told about the whole like Layla thing and him being a good friend. But I'm like, don't be scared, tell the truth. You want to mess around with old boy and I got suspensions filed. I'm gonna tell the same thing. What you got? Uno reverse.
Not she want to mess around with old boy. Pearl, please stop spamming my chats.
Now, like, I'm just glad everything worked out. Episode ended like it was supposed to, with their relationship still intact, and nothing went bad, and I'm happy about that. As far as like with Damon, I mean, he did what he was supposed to do, and the fact that he was able to turn a potential brawl into something more motivational and to be able to represent HBCU like baseball on a national scale and be able to fix what could have been a disastrous, like, you gotta admire that. And as far as the dude that got beef with him, I mean, like, dang, I wouldn't feel bad about that. I really wouldn't, because, like, you did what you felt was right. You didn't even know old dude. That ain't your fault. Because at the end of the day, I like, to the dude that got beef with him, I understand there's a legacy that you had, that BRINGSTON was looking at you and all the other family stuff. But, bruh, this is business. The sports world, it's a business. And with certain universities, they're going to do whatever they can to win. And the fact that they was going to take him over you, I mean, like, you want to get paid back, go to another school and beat the dude that they made them pick and make them regret it. That's how you handle your business. You don't let another dude let him, like, you don't let another dude that you was jealous about him, the fact that he got that. I mean, some people just got it, some people don't. Heck, I deal with that stuff every day when it comes, like, when I see dudes, when it only takes some dudes 5 seconds to be able to get a girl's number. I deal with that every day. But, you know, I go on with it. The point I'm trying to make is, like, I'm glad, I'm happy at way Damian was able to handle that situation. But the reason why I felt like Damian was, here's the big reason why Damian was the MVP of the show. He saved a girl's life from, he saved a woman's life today from a traumatic experience. Now, I'm watching that scene right now. And, like, credit to her grandma. Wait, what's the girl's name?
Thea.
Credit to Thea's grandmother's friend. I understand what they was trying to do and hook them up. But, bruh, like, I'm ticked off with him because he's dark-skinned. And now the show making another light-skinned dude look good. I'm going to have a problem with that, but I'll let it
Well,
go.
Damon's
because I understand
technically
the
brown
message.
skin. I call Jordan light skin. Damon is brown skin. Like, Damon's your color.
All right, but anyway.
You think you dark skin?
No. I like, but look, outside of that, like, I was not cool with that one bit. I knew what he was trying when he was trying to give it alcohol, especially on whiskey. I don't drink. That ain't who I am. I understand other people do it. That's their business. But Thea, she's still in a shell because of, like, how she was raised on that stuff. She's trying to break out of that shell. Dude was trying to take advantage of her, and that was just like, that wasn't cool. And I was just happy that Damon was there. He was able to step in and handle his business. And I'm so glad that that dark-skinned brother did say nothing after that whole that whole interaction, because he knew he was wrong. He knew what
Damon said, "Give me a reason."
He knew he was wrong because of anything he said out of that equation. He knew it was gonna be more evil. Now, with Thea, I hated that she had to go through that, but, like, as much people got to go through some negative stuff. Now, I would never, I would say, like, you never should go through an experience like that as a woman or as a man. But, like, at the same time, I don't wish that upon nobody. But that's the type of experience that you had to go through. There's just some people like that in the world. And Damon was there, being a great friend. He followed. Like, he earned respect in the friend zone, in the best friend category. He earned some points back. Last week, he crossed some lines. He crossed some lines you ain't supposed to do in a platonic friendship. You crossed some lines. But he earned big points back for what he did because he was able to say something that's been an issue a lot in his work. And I gotta credit that, and he's the MVP for that. Now, this is where I'm gonna be a devil's advocate. A lot of people ain't gonna agree with it, and they're gonna hope
the devil don't need an advocate, but okay.
No, here's what I mean by this. A lot of people want Damon and Simone together. I do not. I want Jordan and Simone to be together. So that's why I'm gonna say it right and say this right now. I'm pushing for Damon and Thea to get together.
Well, I'm not pushing for Damon and Thea to get together.
I'm pushing it.
Simone and Jordan. I'm pushing for Damon and Thea to get together because they feel right.
No. Let's go ahead. I'm gonna add this like comfort. I'm gonna add this to a 3-0 lead in a playoff series. You got the 2 wins for them, for Jordan and Simone get together. Let's add the 3rd and get to the 4th. Let's get Damon and Thea to get interest. That's the third win. Get them together. That's the fourth.
I'm not entertaining this conversation of because that makes Thea the second choice. That makes her like
no. Because now you thinking about that. Haven't you ever heard the
you
saying?
saying it? You're saying you want
I
them
understand.
together
I
so
understand
that
that you're the one that's saying the
together.
second. You're okay. I understand what I said, but you're pointing at and you're looking at your point of view is like she's the second choice. I'm looking
No,
at
my thing is they should be together because they actually align. With you saying them getting together so that so that Simone doesn't get with Damon makes her the second choice. I don't like that.
That's my point of view. Yeah, that's my point of view.
I think that is so whack.
To a degree, but aren't we all selfish in this world in a certain degree?
No.
That's
one of my points. Like if you only want her to be with a guy that only wants her because the girl that he really wants isn't available, then you don't actually want Thea to be happy. You don't actually want Thea to experience a relationship that could actually work for her. That's whack.
Okay. First of all, you're wrong for turning my thought and making it like on the bad. You're right. You're accurate. But I gotta say you're wrong because look at you. You turn my idea and make it look bad. You're not wrong, but you're wrong. But you're wrong on that part. I understand what you're saying, but at the same time, I look at it. That's one point of view. The other point of view is this: if they just like the whole I was your second choice, third choice. Did it work or not? Did it work out?
No, because if you're saying only because to keep Simone with Jordan is not
that's
going
for
to work.
me.
But
I ain't saying that because of them.
Because they are literally the same person, basically. Aside from lack of sexual relationship experience, Thea and Damon are literally the same person in different genders. That's why I think that they will work together. It has nothing to do with Simone. So bringing Simone into the conversation taints the experience for both of them, actually, because it puts Damon in a position where he actually not even into the girl that he's going to be with. He's just doing it to occupy his time. And then it puts her in a place of like, she, first of all, is a virgin, has yet to have a real relationship, and she's going to fall for this boy who is literally just occupying his time so that he don't have to think about Simone. It's toxic all around. But if they are getting together with the understanding of like, Damon actually saved me, and Damon actually sees me, and he's planted those seeds of seeing me from very early on, and then Damon realizing how much of a value he could be to Thea, and seeing himself in Thea, and realizing that, damn, it's not just Simone that I connect with, but I also connect with Thea, and she is a really great girl. And it being about Thea, then they actually get together from a healthy place. To me, what you're describing is them getting together from a toxic place, and I'm never going to root for that.
I understand that point, but that's why it's only my first thought. I got plenty of thoughts on that, and what you explained with that is my second thought. I already told you from my viewpoint, I'm not speaking for them. From what you pointed out is what that should be the thought process.
I don't want
I'm the outside looking in.
Please don't be out here selecting little chickadees and little ladies behind that thought process. I don't want that to be your first thought in your life either, because you deserve more.
No. Like, God controls that. I do my thing. And besides, it ain't my time right now, but we ain't getting into me. This is about All American. When this ain't about Prince. If it was about that, it wasn't even going to take that long. But anyway, look, as I'm speaking as a fan, I'm speaking as a selfish, spectating, troll Twitter tweeting fan on the outside. I'm not speaking like
you speaking from your toxicity. Go ahead and tap that in there. Go ahead and say you're speaking from your toxicity, and I'll feel it.
As a fan, I'm speaking from that. I already said it.
Okay.
But I'm not speaking for them. This is coming from me, not from them. From them, they could be coming from the right way. I'm coming at it from another way. I'm the outside. That's their business. I'm just talking about it.
Okay.
So as much as people would want that, I'm pointing it out from that direction. That's on that part. But like on the realness, if I had to look at their relationship in totality, you are right. They're basically the same person. Now we need more. As far as we need more episodes. Is them connecting, actually seeing what's up, if something potential. Because all we know is like Damon and Simone got something going and they gel as their friendship. And I feel like they're better off platonically because of the support that they're able to give. If they were to get in a relationship, and I'm speaking from experience, that you don't know how that's gonna turn out because there's so much added pressure when you get the title. And some people that and I'm gonna put this into a rest. I like for all your viewers, I'm a sports head. Everything related to sports, y'all can see my background. So everything reference, I can relate to sports or anything in life. So I'm gonna relate this to a WWE reference. A lot of people in the business want that championship belt. They want the title. The thing that most people don't understand, when there's responsibilities when it comes to carrying that title, compared to when you don't have the title and you're just that guy. You're just a superstar, but you ain't the champ. There's two different responsibilities. And what comes responsibilities comes pressure. And if you're not able to handle that pressure with that person, then like the relationship that you had before might not ever be the same until the title has been removed. So
and I think you just described what we're seeing right now with Olivia.
Yeah. But the only thing about it, I feel like as much as Spencer, here's the thing. Spencer's used to this title. He's used to this. But it ain't the titles that's causing more pressure. It's himself that's adding more stuff on his back that's causing the pressure. The title just a little bit. Like him carrying that title, he's already used to that.
I don't think Olivia is used to carrying the title.
She's not used to that, especially at another level, because they had this title for a long time. The longer you hold on to the title, the more pressure and responsibility.
He has only had toxic and codependent relationships.
And the thing with them, the longer you hold the title, the more people are going to try to get that title. The more responsibility is going to come with it, and the more pressure that comes with it. And so, like with that, and like with Dame and Simone, they're better off keeping their titles to themselves until they find that right person. Because the way they got this thing going, yes, there's some sexual attraction, but you do not want to. I repeat, you do not want to get something started and it started wrong. And by wrong, you on one person cheating on another. You don't want that mess, because that's toxicity fire. And it can be both good and bad. And it's both good and bad. Because say if they were to got together and Simone would have cheated on Jordan and they broke up and Damon and Simone are together. In a long run, or even a short run, possibly the relationship wouldn't even last, because they got together on bad terms, and that was the heat of the moment. Think of affairs in a lot of marriage. Why does the affair keep lasting so good? Because it's the chase, it's the adrenaline, and once the stuff that causes the adrenaline is gone, you about to see true colors. So I wouldn't even test that. That's why I'm not even highly encouraging that. Well, that's the second reason. First reason is because I love Jordan and Simone. Second reason because if they would have got together, again, there's fire there, because there's so much temptation going on. If Jordan's out the equation before they got together, then you got a different story. But they try to get together while he's still around. Now you playing with it's like forbidden fruit in the Bible. So that's where it goes. That's why I don't encourage it. But with Damon and Thea, I can see something there. Now it might not be Fatima, now it might not be Zatima level, but I can see something there. Let me ask you this: what should Cam do with Keisha?
I don't know if I want to answer that.
What you mean? Because
I really like Cam and Keisha, but I also like how free Cam feels right now, and I want him to just explore that.
Here's where I'm at. What Cam did at the end of last week's episode, he did exactly the right thing. Now if Keisha feels some type of way about what Cam said at the end of the show, or what he's doing, or how he's looking at old girl, it's Keisha's fault. It's her fault.
I ain't gonna say it's fault or right or wrong.
Who's the one that encouraged old girl to bid the highest and not bid against her?
But that was so that she can make sure that he leaned into his singing, because she's supporting him as she should. The extra stuff is like just a little bit of a backfire.
But here's the thing, though. Who else was pushing him to like going to singing?
Who?
The other girl that kept begging.
Well, the other girl, she's motivated to do so because she leads the group. Like, Keisha's doing it from a very genuine place of just wanting to see the best for Cam. So I don't think that the girl was laying down she's into Cam energy. I felt like she was just trying to recruit a really great singer for her group. And then the fact that they connected the way they did on stage, that just came out of nowhere and hit all of them, I think. Even Cam. Because Cam was annoyed by her.
Yep. But, and I need you to follow me on this, I need you to channel your inner asshole. I need you to channel it real quick. Give me 5. No, I ain't gonna say no 5. Give me about 10 seconds to channel your inner asshole. You know, you're Cam. You're a good-looking brother. And when it comes to a woman that's persistent, that's not gonna take no for an answer, you get what you wanted on that part. And you see how talented a brother like that is. He got the talent and he got the looks. And there's gonna be some attraction later on. We know how this show goes. We done seen shows like this plenty times before. You know the potential of his coming. So when you add that up, you just did the show, he agreed to do it. Now you're gonna hang out off script shows. Something's going to develop. Something could possibly happen.
Okay, so but why you gotta be an asshole to know that? Because I'm making assumptions. No, that doesn't make you an asshole. Haven't you ever heard the saying about assumptions? When you make an assumption, it makes an ass out of you and me. When you assume, you make an ass. Well, you can be an asshole. I am just reading the writing on the walls. Yeah, that too. But it leads to assumptions. Because sometimes people write stuff with graffiti. That don't make it true. I cannot with you. Thank you, Jalyn. Anytime. I appreciate you. Anytime. Good seeing you. Yes, like to hear you too. Thank you. Last one, Sabrison. Thank you for holding on, hanging in there. Real quick. What's up? Why did Tyler Perry push back sister? I have no idea. You haven't heard nothing? Idea. I haven't heard anything. Okay. All right. I haven't heard anything. Once I do know something, I'll definitely let you know. I have no idea. I'm still trying to figure out when they're dropping the team. I feel like the team is coming in June. All right. They said this is in the summer. Yeah. And by that time, I already graduated with my master's. Hey, shout out to you. Yep. So I'll catch you later. Bye. All right.
Charmel,
sorry.
That's okay, honey. It's all good. I was about to say, you know what? Just go ahead because I know you're probably tired. I'm on the West Coast myself. I'm in Phoenix.
Okay.
Yes, I have a lot of thoughts, but I'm gonna keep this as blunt as possible. With the Liv situation,
everybody else done got everything off their chest. Go for it. You the last one of the night.
With the Liv situation, I really believe, and I think we've actually had a DM with this. I think it really has to do with her drug addiction and the reason why she is acting the way she is. Like, yes, it has something to do with change. But y'all got to remember, when it first started, nobody was talking to her. Not even Layla. When that first season hit, nobody was talking to her. The only reason why people were talking to her was because of Spencer. You got to remember that? Because Layla didn't even start talking to her until Spencer came around. So,
but okay, so real quick, before before you finish that, it also came out though that Olivia started to avoid Layla because of what she did with Asher, and Layla didn't know why
that
they
as well
fell
too.
apart.
But I'm just saying, you got to remember. But also, you got to remember, even in the fact that when they had that whole fight in the cafe, yes, Liv was drunk, but everything she said was true, except that whole thing where she was in the way and the writers. Anyways, the situation of the fact that when Liv went into rehab, right? Layla was nowhere to be found because she didn't know how. Remember, she even said, I didn't know that it was that bad. You know what I mean? But again, this is your best friend. You know what I'm saying? This is your best friend. So if this is your best friend, you should be there for your best friend regardless. And Liv was there for her for when she went through her mental, situation or whatever. So in the situation of that, like I said, I am not happy with Liv right now. And she is my favorite character. She is one. She is one of them. It's just I'm not happy with her because of the things that she is doing. And I don't understand that whole situation with Spencer. I get it. No, actually, I get it. The thing is that she's holding on to happiness. She can't control it. That's why I said, where the hell is Nurse Joy at? Where the fuck is this chick at? Excuse my language.
But then part of me is like, are you holding on to happiness because why are you so hell-bent on exposing people, confronting this? You can't possibly be really happy.
Right. But think about when she drinks. Think about when she takes her drink. Think about when she takes her pill. She takes her pill when she feels lonely. She takes her pill when she's out of control. Any addict, usually if they take it when they're out of control or they feel some type of way. And usually Liv has always been the person that has been neglected. Jordan was the popular one. She was the neglected one. Everybody know that's how it went down, right? The whole Asher situation should have never even happened. Asher should have, stepped up and said, look, we too drunk for this. We can't do this, right? Or something. But it didn't. It is what it is. Anyways, I see where the writers is going, and I'm not happy. I'm not happy at all. I'm not happy because they screwed up my character. First of all, can she do a podcast or something? Go to class? I ain't never seen nobody go to class except Spencer. What is this? Is this not college? Because I'm in college, and I know we go to class. We do homework. There's all kinds of, group projects. Like, what is this shit? You know what I'm saying? So, oh, yeah, I'm scary. Excuse my language, because I'm so frustrated about it. But it's like, it's so annoying because, we get it from Homecoming because we've seen the group project and all that stuff, but we're not getting that from AA at all.
They always referencing homework. They always referencing this paper they got, book they gotta read, paper they gotta do, and how they gonna balance it all. They literally are so immersed in their collegiate experience, and I love it.
Me too. I love it too. But you do not see this with All-American. I'm like, are they still in high school? And I don't know. Like, what's going on? Because I'm in college and I know I ain't got nothing but homework. I got nothing but homework. You know what I mean? And no, I don't remember when I first went to college and you had to live in a dorm. I remember when you first started college, you had to live in a dorm. That was their rule. It's a mandate rule. When your first initial actual college experience, you live in a dorm. Then after that, you can live on campus.
Especially if you're an athlete. There are no athletes living off campus their freshman year.
I ain't never heard of that.
It's not happening.
I ain't never heard of that. I said, so this is interesting. Is it because they rich? Like, I'm trying to understand it myself, because this just ain't making no sense to me. Because I was like, okay, make it make sense, Jesus. Make it make sense. But no, it's not making sense to me. So it does kind of make me a little upset. And like I said, with Liv, it definitely makes me upset because I didn't understand the whole Davida thing and why she was doing the whole, because she's dark skinned and she's helping. I didn't understand that. And the reason why is because you fought so hard for the BLM and all this other stuff. And you got along with Kia, which was his ex. So you would think she would be jealous because that was his ex, but actually Layla was the one that was jealous. That makes sense because she was dating Spencer at the time.
But she also got along with Kia before she got with her.
Yeah, and that's what
most of their relationship before the fact.
Right, but what I'm saying is in the sense of Kia's not light skinned, she's dark skinned. So I just didn't understand why Davida though. Like, and everybody's like, oh, because she's in a relationship with him. I don't think that's what it is. At first I thought it was that, and then I said, because remember when Carrie came in the situation and how she treated Carrie? She treated Carrie like crap. Yeah, Carrie was crazy, but she didn't know that at that time. She didn't know who she was. She was mean as a skunk. I'm like, damn, Liv, like, I don't want to meet you. Like, you mean. Because it was a new person, and it was somebody who was taking Layla's time. Then it was Vanessa. We get why she was like that with Vanessa, but I don't think it was because she was jealous of Asher and Vanessa. I don't think that was it at all, because she was still into Spencer at that time. She just didn't want to, because of the fact that, you know, she had overlaps with the drinking and all that stuff, and she didn't want nobody to know yet. And then also because of the Layla situation and everything like that. There's so much to that. But I also believe that the fact of the matter is Vanessa was a newcomer, and she acted like an ass when it came to that too. So I was just like, Liv, what is going on with you? Now, in the beginning of season 4, I was cool with Liv. I was like, all right, Liv, you doing the thug thizzle. Okay, you and Spencer, y'all little cute, had y'all little date and stuff. Okay, we doing it. Then these heifers go to college. And this heifer is showing the hell out. And I don't know what's going on. I've been telling people this. I'm like, I don't know what's going on with my character. She tripping. Like, you know, Layla is doing the thug thizzle. I'm happy for her. I hope she gets some closure. I do think she needs to see Carrie though. I do. Because sometimes, okay, it's like this. Somebody does you wrong, right? Some people go and they go to the jail and they go and talk to the people. Like the mothers, you know, and they got their sons who died and they have to go and talk to the people. They go and talk to the people to get that closure from them. They can't get the closure from just writing a letter. They have to look at them in their face and say, why did you do this? Like, what were you thinking? Or telling them even just how they feel. It gives them that sense of closure. Don't get me wrong. She needs the closure from Spencer and Liv because they was dead wrong. But she needs it more from Carrie than anything, because.
But she knows why Carrie did it. She knows how Carrie arrived at that space. Like Carrie literally explained all. Like
I know it's not the fact that she doesn't know. No, it's not the fact that she doesn't know. It's the fact that she needs to get off her chest how she feels. That's what, because she's got it all bottled up, and because she has it all bottled up, she's kind of rude, like a little bit, you know, even like lashing at Patience and the way she lashed at Jordan, but Jordan don't take it.
Is deserving of this because she's just sitting around thinking that Layla is, I guess, RCA Records and is her little flunky and supposed to be doing everything.
I don't know what's going on with Patience. Patience don't know what she wants. I don't know. I was so like, Patience, I was here for you until you did all of this, girl. What is wrong with you? First, I was mad at Tamia. I'm like, Tamia, you always got on my last damn nerves. Now
Tamia's chilling, wasting her life away. And
what is up with that? Why can't she be like a producer? She could even write for somebody. She's got really good writing.
She didn't want to do that. Layla tried to get her to write for committee, and she was like, I'm not doing that.
Girl, don't you know that could actually make you build a way, and then as time goes on, your voice could probably heal, and you could probably be rapping again. No one thinks about these things. I'm just saying. But I'm not the writer, so I don't know. Not the writer, I don't know. But I just think that's interesting that the way they have Coop's storyline going. It's like she's not doing any, what is she doing? Like, what is she doing? Like, she ain't doing nothing. But I did like her in this episode. I like that she was encouraging Patience. That's great. Patience was like, oh my God. I think what happened with Patience is she was thinking of her, you know, the back in the day Coop. You know, how they was all like how they was and stuff. And she was thinking about that. She was like, oh, baby, we should get back together. And then it didn't work out for her. It didn't work out for her.
Literally.
And it's just like, wow, that didn't go for you well. But like I said, I really do believe that Layla needs that closure because she's just bottling all those feelings aside. Yeah, she got to tell her dad, and that's great, but you missed a step. You forgot all the other people that you need to confront. Liv. You need to confront Spencer. And I think Liv and Spencer do want to have that conversation. I think it's just Layla's not ready for that conversation, so she puts it off. And she's like, I'm not ready.
I don't think Liv wants to have it.
I think Liv would have that conversation.
She will have it. I don't think that she even knows it is something to have. Because I think that Liv is really thinking everything is cool.
They just
like when Liv is good, she thinks everybody is good.
I think that's the case because everybody makes it seem like everything is good though too. Because they're walking on eggshells. They're walking on eggshells because of the fact that she may relapse again. That's why Spencer's the way he, see him. He'd be like, mother,
Child, Spencer's wearing me so out. Bad. I'm like, this shell of a man, I don't know who this is.
Yeah, I can't just blame that on Liv.
Now that BRINGSTON swooning over Damon because he got all of the essence that you done just gave your ass wet. Like you.
And I used to have such a crush on Spencer. He just screwed it up in this. I'm like, what happened, boo? Was you okay? Like, what happened?
Blink 3 times if you need help.
Right, blink once. I'll get there. I did. And
Jeez.
Like I said, I really do believe that he's walking on eggshells because of the fact that he doesn't want her to relapse. Because every time he apologizes, but most of the time he really doesn't need to. All of the time he did not need to apologize. Like that first time he apologized, he didn't apologize for what he said. He apologized for how he said it because he yelled at it. He was like, I apologize, shouldn't have yelled at you like that, blah, blah, blah. Then the second time was, you got your feelings, it's okay. I'm like, no, nigga, you was right. She ain't in that. Like, wait a minute. She don't know what you know. Like, come on. How she gonna speak on something if she doesn't even know what's going on?
It don't affect her.
It don't affect you, girl. You is a woo.
I gave the analogy last week of like it's giving these white politicians, these white men politicians who's voting on abortions. It don't even affect you at all. Shut up.
It don't affect her at all. And that's why I was like, wow. But she did say that though. She was like, you're right, I am. And and then he was like, Liv. And I'm like, bro, let her walk away.
She said you're right, but I'm going to still do the damn story. And I'm like, so then how right was he?
I don't know what was this damn story. Why was she so convinced to do this story in the first place? And it goes back to what Nurse Joy told her. Nurse Joy told her that can be an addiction in itself. By you sitting here being so addicted to change everything, that can be also an addiction. And I think that's what she's doing right now. She's being addicted. Because remember, she went from one story to another story. And then I'm like, but they all about NIL. I'm like, but why? What is so bad about NIL? Like, isn't it helping? It should be helping. And I agree with that one girl who said that she should be writing about what Dillon's teacher said in regards to, that his art didn't matter and all that stuff. Because there are teachers out there like that. I actually had a situation like that because I'm an actual writer myself. And my teacher told me that I should stop writing. He said, you're not good at this. This is not for you. And I believed him. And I literally stopped writing because of it. I lost literally so much of my confidence because I used to be so confident, be like, yep, you can read it. It's good. Go ahead. I know, I ain't got that no more. And that's where Spencer's at right now because he was so like on top of the world, Now he like, damn, I don't know, like shit. Yeah. And that's another thing that can eat him alive. And that's the reason why he is not the Spencer James that we know. He's not that arrogant person because he's growing. It's good. But I need that man that was not going to just let anybody walk all over him. But he also has always been the savior, and he had to save, and he needed to take that S off his chest. Baby, no, like, come on, man.
Please, release yourself from the shackles, sir.
For real. And I think that they shouldn't break up, but I think they should take a break from each other. This is time to take a break. You need to break and reevaluate your relationship because now it is coming toxic and you are being too dependent on one person. You can't depend on one person for happiness. That's when it becomes toxic. You should depend on happiness with yourself and not anyone else. And that's the problem with them two. Again, Olivia fans, I am a Olivia fan, so don't come at me. I'm just saying they need to take a break and reevaluate their relationship. And there's nothing wrong with that. First of all, they're in college. They're supposed to take breaks sometimes. Damn. They don't have to always be together. Like, I'm all up under you. I was like, damn, how many times we gotta see them wake up together? Can't they just not be together sometimes? Like, where's her podcast? And can't she do a podcast and he be in the other room with doing his thing? Like, what is this? Because now you're crowding each other. And all it is it's like a Sprite bottle, and it's just fizzing and fizzing and fizzing and fizzing, and that shit's gonna explode. And I can't wait to see Spencer explode. That's gonna happen. I'm waiting. I'm like, wow, I wonder how this is gonna work out. Like, he's gonna explode. He is going to explode. You can tell just by the way he tries to hold it in so much. He's like, yeah, I'm not gonna say anything. I'm like, no, say something. What are you doing? I be yelling at the TV, and they ain't gonna stress me out. See, look, I got gray hairs for them. They ain't gonna stress me out. I ain't gonna allow it. I ain't gonna allow it. See, and right, I do miss the whole plot thing though. All American is not like it used to be at all. Cause I do miss the whole cliffhangers we was getting at the end, and you was like, oh, I can't wait till next week. Now I'd be like, well, it'll be on tomorrow. I mean, it'll be on Monday. I mean, I can wait. Like, you know.
Yeah.
I'm not as excited as I used to be. There's just no more excitement for me. Not that the show isn't good. It is. Right. It's just not the same. It's like, it turned into a 90210. And I don't know if you noticed that. It turned into a 90210. I had rewatched 90210 because I said, this formula is familiar to me, right? And I couldn't figure out what it was. And I started watching 90210. I said, oh, yeah, that's what it is.
That's what it is.
Yeah. They turned into a 90210. So you know how you said they turned into a sitcom? Yeah. It turned into a 90210. And basically it's comedy and drama, but where's the drama? We haven't really had any drama. I don't remember. I mean, yeah, Coop went to. I would have been okay with Coop went to jail, to be honest.
I think we all would have been okay with
I was like, okay with her. I was like, maybe she could get her life together. Maybe she can get a rap while she in the jail, something. I was like, dang. But no, I was okay with Coop going to jail. I definitely think that All American has changed so much from season 3, season 2, and season 1. It's like you're not so excited anymore. You don't even look excited anymore when you talk about it. You're like, yeah, All American. I'm like, dang, Erica, where's the excitement? Like, bro.
Homecoming. All my excitement is in Homecoming. They got me in a damn chokehold.
I ain't even gonna lie to you. All my excitement went to Bel Air. I was like, oh, Bel Air. Yeah, it's not giving me that anymore because Bel Air is now giving me that. And I'm just like, wow.
Girl, Bel Air had chokehold for quite a while, and I would love to go back. I just would love for y'all to get it on the set and give us some more episodes. Peacock, I'm gonna need a 20 episode order, baby. I can't do these 10 no more.
And I'm tired of these people online that keep saying that it ended because of Will Smith smacked Chris Rock. Shut up. It didn't. It didn't. They coming back with season 2. They already confirmed it.
People love to reach, child.
Because it's easy to do. And this is what I was trying to tell you before. With ships, it doesn't matter what ship it is. There's just toxic people in this world. They take it so personal. Like they know them. Like they are their best friend. They've known them for their entire life.
Mean, by all means, I ship Jamone. I ship Dia.
I ship them too.
But I ain't not on nobody else's hit. Like y'all.
No, I agree. I agree.
I have been rooting for Jordan and Simone since the very beginning. Nobody wanted them to be married. People still don't trust Simone, and I have been saying, well, goddamn it, I love them. So.
I love Simone.
What y'all eat don't make me. So if you don't agree, that's fine. But
it's okay. Yeah. But see, they don't see it like that because once again, it's like everybody has an opinion. You know, opinions are like assholes. But once again, some people don't see it like that. They're like, you're going to believe in my damn ship, and if you don't, I'm gonna come to your house. I've seen these things, and I'm like, wow.
And they wasting their time and they wasting their energy.
Very much so. I'm like, could you?
And I was just like, I don't know when they're gonna get it. I mean, it's way less than I used to get last year this time, but I don't know when they're gonna get it. I am not backing down. I don't care. And
I read something on Facebook about you, and I was like, yeah, I read something about Facebook about you, and I said, I read something about Facebook about you, and they was like, what did you think about what Erica Vane said about Olivia and Olivia? And I'm just sitting there like, do y'all not have a life? Is this what it is? Because I'm confused. I'm like, why am I in this group? I was like, oh my God, I didn't know you guys were this toxic.
Why is what I think matters so damn much? I am one person.
And this is the thing. Once again, they live it. They breathe it. They believe that this is real. It's so sad. First of all, you're
it really is, and I'm just now getting to a place where I've decided I'm not even going to respond anymore because a friend of mine literally was like, they feed off of this, and so much to the point of like even my clapbacks, they're screenshotting them and sending them around and writing Tumblr posts about them and on Twitter, and it's just like, why in the hell does what this one person, this one girl who I'm not a writer for the show, I'm not a director for the show, I'm not on the show. I literally say what I think on my platforms. This isn't special delivered to your house every day. It is not downloaded into your brain via Siri while you sleep. Like, you literally have to seek out me saying these things that you don't agree with. Why does it, one, if it's going to bother you, why do you continue to seek it out?
That's true. That's true. I agree.
It's giving unhinged. Yeah. It's giving stupidity.
Very much so.
Giving find something else to do with your life.
Yeah. Y'all don't know how to read a book?
Y'all don't know me, bro.
Yeah. Y'all know how to read a book? Like, there's books and everything. You could do all kinds of stuff. Matter of fact, they got a great book on the psych of mind and stuff. That might help. Like, I'm just saying.
It perplexes me how riled up people get. And I'm finally now getting to a place where it's like, all right, Erica, you're not even going to respond to them anymore. Because even that, I'm giving, like, energy to it. I'm giving them something to talk about. Now we're going into a phase where everybody's just going to be blocked and blessed.
Yeah, like I said, I could not believe that was really happening. I'm reading this and I'm like, are they serious right now? Like, this. I wanted to write something, but I said, no, they're going to come at me. I said, I'm ready for it, but I'm tired. I was like, I just got out of school. I don't feel like dealing with this right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's so frustrating to see because these are adults. They're not kids.
So many people was like, Erica, it's just kids that are trolling you. No, they're a grown-ass people
who are doing this shit.
Older than me.
Disrespectful.
That feel a way about what I think about fictitious characters.
It shouldn't matter. It really shouldn't matter what you feel about this. As long as you have your opinion, keep your opinion. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with that. You keep your opinion. You know what I mean? Like I said, opinions like assholes. Everybody got one. So if you got an opinion, you got an opinion. If somebody has a difference of opinion, there's nothing wrong with that. You have that conversation with them, but you don't have to yell at them. You don't have to be disrespectful towards them or anything like that.
Any of those things. There's so many people who I have so much respect for. Shari is a great example. She don't always agree with me. Zaya is a great example. There's so many people who like, all right, we're going to have a conversation. We're going to have a conversation. Y'all not having conversation. And it's so funny that we talking about the damn troll. But y'all not having a conversation if you just like, Erica, you're stupid and ugly.
Yeah, see, what is that?
Like, what?
Yeah. I don't understand that. We go to the, see, I do Twitch. And so I know exactly what you're talking about. I said one time on stream about something, and next thing you know, I'm getting all of these hate messages, and I can't stand you, and you're annoying, and I was like, damn, y'all must love me.
It's never that deep.
Right. It's never that deep. It, like I said, opinions are opinions. It doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? That's what your platform is about. It's about your opinions on the TV show. That's what you're supposed to do in your platform. If you agree, cool. You don't, then get the hell out of it. You don't have to be there.
Then get the hell on. It is no sweat off my brow, baby.
I tell you this. I tell
everybody. Then they say, oh, I'm gaslighting people when I say, please go and find something that makes you happy, baby. Do you know how many white supremacists that are creating content out here on YouTube? I am subscribed to none of them. Why did I do that to myself? I did not go and seek out content that's going to make me angry. You're giving unhinged, baby.
Yes, exactly. Like I said, I love you. I have been watching you.
I appreciate that.
season 1 when we did All American season 1, and you went in on it. And even I looked at your script one, and I was like, yo, they should have had this on the show. That would have been fire if they had that first script on the show. And I get why they changed it, but it would have been fire. That would have made so much sense about a lot of characters.
It would explain a lot.
Yeah.
And even going back to that, I think that that's also something that pisses people off, because I think I'm the most thorough person when it comes to the All-American universe.
Mm-hmm.
And the craziest thing to me is when I get stuff of like, you make no sense at all and you're stupid, as if I don't, like, I'm not new to this, I'm true to this. I have now done 2 full rewatches of the series with my subscribers in Zoom, going episode by episode, breaking down character choices and dialogue. I broke down the original script and what they actually laid out. Like, I bring so many different angles to my critique of the show. And it's just like, meanwhile, y'all are just out here spurring out your obsession for Samantha Logan and calling it support. Meanwhile, I'm breaking down scripts, I'm breaking down dialogue, I'm breaking down character choices, board, like everything that goes along with it. I'm not just one of these random YouTubers, and no offense if that's their bag or whatever, they're just sitting up here saying what they think. I actually put some damn thought into it. I'm a filmmaker myself, so I think that that's also part of the thing that people struggle with in how I speak. And I speak with, I guess, too much confidence for people.
Well, you an East Coaster, right? You from the East Coast, right?
Yeah.
That's usually how East Coast is. My aunt's from New York, and every time, man, I be like, yeah, you showing that you damn New Yorkers. I tell her that all the time, you damn New Yorkers. And she just laughed. But the thing about it is that's a good thing. You're supposed to keep your confidence. Don't let these people bother you, man. Fuck them. Shit.
I appreciate it.
Keep doing you. And that's why I like watching you, because of the fact that I'm a screenwriter myself. I love writing, and I'm actually writing a black soap opera. And I'm trying to get it out there. I'm trying. It's harder than I thought it was. Okay.
It's very hard.
It is very much so. But I'm trying to get it out there, and when I watch movies and TV shows, I literally break it down from the characters to the plot and everything, so I understand exactly where you're coming from. And people are like, oh, you should have a YouTube. I'm like, no, I don't think I can do that.
It's a lot of work, man.
It's a lot of work.
A lot that come with this thing here.
I ain't got the time, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't got the time.
I don't think I do either. I don't know how I'll be carving it out every single week.
But you do such a good job because you're so thorough with it. And even like all your videos, every video you come with it. You're like, well, this is what I think about this character and this character. And you're right. Nobody else is doing that. Everybody else is just doing recaps, or they're watching it and you're watching them watching it. And then they're telling you like, oh my God, no, she didn't, or whatever. But they're not doing what you're doing, and actually where you're actually breaking it down to the 10th power of what you think about every character, about the plot, what's going on. That's how it's supposed to be. And that is so dope. That's why I love watching you, because that's what you do. I sometimes I'm in here and I'm quiet because I'll be like, hold on, I want to see what somebody's going to say. So I start speaking back, but I'll be scared too sometimes because, like I said, I had some bad experiences, bro. I had some really bad experiences.
I've had quite a few subscribers who have had bad experiences, and people have DM'd me and talked about how they don't feel comfortable in the comment section and all of that, which also has put me on more high alert and like made me a little bit more ruthless. Because it's one thing when people are coming at me, but then when they're coming at other people and people don't even feel safe to just flourish within my community, it's like, all right, what we're not going to do is turn this into toxic ass Twitter and think that you're going to run amok as if you own anything here, because you don't.
That's facts.
You don't have to be here. And if you can't make the decision to choose your piece, I'm going to choose my piece for you, and we're going to do this together.
You have to be like that as a streamer. Unfortunately, you do have to be like that, because you're going to get trolls. You're going to get people who hate. That's just normal. And you got to speak his piece and be like, look, we not dealing with this shit. That's what we not finna do. What you finna do is you going to sit back, relax. You like to comment. Cool. If you don't, get your ass out. Like, you're going to have to speak like that. That's real. It's like, you cannot be like, oh, I understand. Like, no, because they're going to eat you alive, bro.
And at one point, they were eating my ass alive. And I had to get to that. I will never forget, like, 2 weeks ago, I replied to somebody, and I was like, honestly, I don't care that you don't agree. And they were circulating this and like, see, she really is a mean person and da 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 da. And I'm like, well, you didn't see the 6 other comments that this person posted before this one that got me blocked and got me to
because it's out of context. They
so
only read that one part.
Not cultivating either right now. Yeah, I'll be mean to trash.
Yeah, because they only read that one part and they're like, I'm gonna run with this. I'm gonna run with this. Yeah. She said such and such, and we're gonna go with it. That's it. And you're like, but did you read the rest? Like, yo, read that other part. Oh, okay. That's why she said what she said. That makes sense. No, nobody does that because sense ain't common. Nobody
does it. And you know what? That's fine too. Whatever's going to get me back to my peace quicker, that's what we're doing right now. In this
you go.
Going with people being
Think about your peace.
Not even getting a response at this point anymore.
Think about your peace. Your peace is the most important thing. Listen, I have been at peace because I am actually doing meditating and all kinds of stuff. I've been watching a lot of movies and TV shows, but I've been also doing meditation and stuff, trying to help myself get back to me. You know what I mean? Learning more about myself, communicating with other people, and like doing all kinds. It took me a while to get like this stuff, but like I said, I am happy with what you do. Everything that you do is dope. You are a dope individual. Don't let nobody else tell you anything fucking different. You are a dope ass individual and keep doing what you doing. That's why people come in. Look at all these people that are in here and they're sitting here like, yes, Erica, give her flowers. Yeah, she's fucking awesome. Because you are amazing.
I appreciate y'all
Don't
so much.
ever. Listen, I believe in that you should always tell people positive things. Never give them the negative. Always give them the positive. If it's negative, make sure it's constructive. Not to the point where it's disrespectful. But constructive is something totally different. I always believe that you give positive, and people start believing it and start being positive about themselves instead of thinking about the negative all the time. You know what I mean? Because we listen to enough negative in the world. We don't need any more. You see what I'm saying? So that's why I'm feeding you positive, girl. You is the bomb. Okay?
I appreciate that so much.
Don't let these negative ass people come in here and talk shit. Don't let them get to you. You know what? Matter of fact, this is what you do. You brush that off your shoulder and you be like, all right, y'all, I'm going to bed. Good night. And keep it moving. Because you is you. You're a beautiful black queen. That is all that matters. There you go.
Thank you.
Sorry, I said that wrong. Beautiful, black, educated queen. And that's all that matters.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. I like putting a smile on people's faces. You know what I'm saying? We got enough people being sad.
So much.
You're welcome.
I appreciate all that you shared. Thank you so much for being in my community. You are gorgeous as well.
Thank you.
I don't know how I got to the position where I have so many amazing supporters, but I'm so grateful for y'all. Truly.
It ain't nothing but God.
You're right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm spiritual, but I ain't religious, but I am spiritual, and I do believe in God. It ain't nothing but God. And when you got God on your side, that's why all that stuff starts happening. You be like, dang, wait a minute, hold up, how many people? That ain't nothing but God. God sent these people to you because he knew, okay, we're going to shift these people out because we know what they about, and we're going to put these people in. And these are the people that's going to ride with her, be there with her every single time she gets on live. Because they know, he knows, he already knows. He done shifted all them other people out. You see, they ain't talking no more, they done shift out. They done moved. Because they wasn't supposed to be here in the first place. You see what I'm saying?
That part.
That ain't nothing but God. That's all God right there. You see what I'm saying?
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. But yeah, Small need to get her shit together. She need to get her shit together. I
gotta watch the episode. I ain't speaking on my good sister until I see it for myself. These breakdowns.
I love her. I love her. But she gotta get it together because you getting mad about Jordan and Layla, but then you doing your entanglement with, I can't believe she said it, but you doing your entanglement.
I can't believe she used them damn words too. I'm like, girl.
I'm like, Simone, girl. Because see, if that was Jordan, let's say it was the other way around. You see what I'm saying? There's that double standard. So we're not supposed to let him feel a certain way. And I like the fact that he didn't feel something way. Because the way that she explained it, why would he feel some type of way about that? Like, she literally said, like, yo, I had a friend, he was in trouble, and I went to go help him out. Why would he be mad about that? he would be mad if you said, yo, I went on a vacation with Damon just to go. And, you know, we fell asleep. Now, you know what I'm saying?
Again, on each other. Because
Right.
you know, that comfortable the first time.
I mean, you know, friends sleep on people, but sometimes that comes as friends. I'm just saying. I mean, you know, I ain't going for them. I'm still Jamon all day. So, I
all
understand.
day.
Yeah.
Going down with our ship.
Definitely.
Thank you so much for
You're
your
welcome.
words, your
You're
thoughts
welcome.
on the show, your super amazing affirmations, and speaking life over me. I appreciate it so much.
Oh, always. I got you. Like I said, I'm always in here.
I appreciate it. Have a wonderful night.
You too.
I cannot believe there's still 37 of y'all in here. It is 3 o'clock and 3:30 in the morning on the East Coast. It is 12 here. I'm going to take Max to bed because I got to, well, actually, I need to watch these episodes again, record my breakdowns, set it up for the editor so that they log on in the morning. They can jump on them, and then I'm going to go to bed. This was real. This was so dope. Y'all really let the conversation just go around because I didn't get a chance to watch the episodes in full. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all so very much. I hope you enjoyed this live. If you are watching a rewatch, please go ahead and drop a comment in the comment section down below. Shanoa, thank you, Booze. The Precinct, thank you, Keish. Y'all hanging in there. Brittany, shout out to y'all. Hanging in there, the 11th hour. We was rocking. Vaughn, you in here? Come on. I love it. Thank y'all so very much. My videos will be up tomorrow, and then y'all get my full thoughts on the episode for sure on both, for All American and All American Homecoming. I can't wait to talk about it. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.